All right, we are live. Live na ba tayo? Yes, we are live. We are live. Hello, 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 hello. Meron ba tayong viewers? Ayan, ayan, ayan. Shout out to all of you guys kung meron man. Yun. All right, we are live. Yes, we are. Yes. Let's go, let's go. Alright, shoutout po sa mga viewers right now. Kung meron man yun, Montanga. 28 minutes pa. Shoutout sa'yo. Ayolaya, kapitbahay. Shoutout sa'yo. Narinig niyo ba ako, guys? Shoutout Pogi Pangit. Shoutout to you. Yan. Shoutout to all of you guys. Welcome to the show. Welcome to another live discussion by yours truly, DJ Byron Music and Topic TV. So today's live is going to be very, very special because we have a special guest for today's live. Yan. Diba? At syempre, hindi lang basta-basta yung guest natin eh. Syempre, yung guest natin eh, very, very, well-known in the sport of boxing. Diba? Well-known tong taon to. At, diba, sabi ko nga sa inyo, this is going to be a wonderful, ayun na, nakikita ko na. Gather lang ako dyan ng mga viewers. Just grab what, mga after 10 minutes, I'm gonna let you guys in. So the topic that we have for today, guys, and with our special guest, of course, the game plan. What is the game plan? Ano ba yung game plan na in-execute nito dalawa na the power couple na sinasabi natin dito sa sport of boxing? At sabi ko nga, maririnig natin from there. And I guess, wala pa ako nakitang interview ni Champ after he won the fight with, of course, with Raymart. Pero siguro, marami tayong maririnig sa kanya, especially, sa experience niya in the ring with a fellow Filipino na kagaya niya, di ba, na of course, promising din sa career ng boxing, di ba? At, syempre, unang-una, unbeaten yung nakalaban ni Champ. So, maririnig natin yan sa kanya. At isi-share nilang dalawa, of course, a power couple, of course, na ni Miss, the Champ Nonito, Donaire, and of course, ni Miss Rachel. So, in 10 minutes, papapasukin ko na po sila. Gather muna tayo ng ating mga viewers, of course, di ba? At this is going to be a wonderful interview. Syempre, di ba? And I'm very, very happy. And of course, I'm very, very grateful and thankful sa kanila dahil pinagbigyan nila ako para ma-interview ko sila. Di ba? So, let me just share this live. Share natin ito live. Okay. May lang guys, let me just share this live. Kaibigan natin. Hindi ba? Nawawala na ako. Right channel. Alright. Share. Happily. Let's go. At shoutout po muna sa lahat dito. Marco Bitog, as Nonito, this is the everlast he used in the fight. Puncher glove like the one he used with Wilder in the Tyson Fury 3 fight. Okay, Marco Bitog, mamaya tatanong natin. Of course, shoutout Curious Ka Ba TV. Shoutout to you. Yan, shoutout sa inyo lahat. Shoutout po sa inyo. Guys, pakishare lang po itong live natin, to your friends and family. Actually, they're already in the backstage. Gather muna tayo ng mga viewers natin. And then, we're gonna have them come in. And of course, di ba, para at least maganda yung ating, tawag dito, yung, yun. So, shoutout po sa inyo lahat. Pogi Pangit. At sana guys, how many days na lang pala, Pasko na. So, how you guys preparing? AKM Design Concept, shoutout to you. Yun. Shoutout po sa inyo lahat. Grace Pablo Vlog, Ate Grace Pablo, shoutout to you guys. Diba? They still have 7 minutes, so they gather. Bigyan na natin mga at least 15 minutes, more or less, para at least makapag-gather muna tayo ng viewers natin, and then we're gonna start this interview. Di ba? Let me just Ayan. Ayan. Nag-send lang ako ng mga ano natin, no. Actually nabago ang I think nabago ang algorithm ng YouTube ever since na I think nabago, no, kasi before parang hindi ka nakakakuha ng tawag dito ng any notification when you go live. So kaya ngayon every time I go live, I only go live once a week na lang kasi because of course busy na rin tayo. Pero sabi ko nga as much as possible I try to go live at least twice a week. Pero wala, busy tayo eh. Kaya we have things to do. It's okay. It's okay. So yun, shoutout po sa lahat na nandito. As of now, we're still gathering viewers, subscribers, viewers from different parts of the world. Especially if you guys watching this from the Philippines, good afternoon po sa inyo lahat. Magandang tanghali po sa inyo lahat dyan sa Pilipinas. You guys are awesome. And if you guys are gonna watch this from different parts of the world later today, diba? Happy Tuesday morning to all of you guys, or happy Monday. And syempre, ilang weeks na lang. Actually, ilang days na lang Pasko na. So we are very very close. 'Di ba? Malapit na tayo sa araw ng Kapaskuhan. So let's continue to do good vibes, and of course, 'di ba? Let's continue to support one another and spreading positivity, 'di ba? So yan po 'yan. Kaya ito pong magiging maganda po itong ating pagiging pag-uusapan for today, no? Especially guest natin fresh, 'di ba? Fresh na fresh, a week and yeah, it's been 10 days already, I believe. No, 9 days since he won the fight against Raymond Gabalio. At magbibigay siya sa atin. At again, ulitin ko guys, I'm thankful and grateful to this power couple na tinatawag natin na I was able to, napaunlakan ko po sila at pinaunlakan nila yung invitation ko. Diba? To be interviewed by yours truly, DJ Byron Music and Topic TV. Yan. Diba? Kaya ako po talaga nagpapasalamat ang malaki sa kanila. Diba? And I'm thankful for that. Diba? I'm very, very thankful. Kaya and then also guys, also mamaya, I will also, magpapakit din po tayo dito sa taas ng mga o sino man po ang gusto magtanong kila Champ regarding about the previous fight that he had with Raymond Gabalio, and of course kung ano man yung mga gusto nyo itanong when it comes to boxing, di ba? Anything siguro, anything inside the boxing, pwede po kayo magtanong, umakyat, ibababa ko po yung link after the interview. You will be given a chance. So sana po wag po kayo mahiya at umakyat po sana kayo para makapagbigay ng interview. Ask also what does he think about Cleto Reyes rival Hayabusa Everlast winning and grant gloves, and why he thinks Everlast suits him. Yun. Maganda yung tanong mo, Marco Bitog. At Marco Bitog, mamaya din, if you want to come up here and ask Champ personally with your question, di ba? It's more than an okay. Kaya I will drop down the link mamaya din sa comment section, yung StreamYard link para makaakit kayo at makapagtanong kayo kay Champ. So nasa backstage na sila, nag-gather lang tayo ng ating mga viewers. At diba? At pagka okay na tayo, and then we're gonna have them come in to be part of the discussion. At diba? Magiging maganda to guys, Diba? Kaya at sana guys, again, sana po you guys are having a wonderful day. It's Tuesday there in the Philippines. December 21. Dito naman sa States is December 20. Diba? And we are very, very much, very, very, very close na tayo sa Christmas, no? So, kamusta ba ang preparation nyo ng Christmas? Are you guys looking forward to it? I'm looking forward to it, diba? Kasi last year was different, diba? Different kasi selective lang with families ang tawag dito, ang celebration with Christmas. Pero this time will be different kasi nga, of course, because of marami na nagpa-vaccine. At the same time, At the same time then, syempre, I mean, we need to move on, we need to move forward, diba? Even though it's pandemic, so we still have to live life to the fullest, diba? We have to be optimistic. So this Christmas is going to be very very different from last year kasi makakasama ko yung family ko. My mom's gonna be celebrating with us in Christmas. Diba? Syempre, hindi lang yon. Yung my wife's side, yung celebration with the whole family, it's gonna be fun. So we are looking forward to it. No? We are really, really looking forward to it na ano tawag dito na to spend this Christmas celebration with the complete and with the family. Yan. So sana po kayo din you guys gonna have a wonderful celebration of Christmas, 'di ba? And hopefully you guys will really really cherish the moment with you and with your family, especially this coming Christmas tawag dito 2021. And of course, after naman yan, celebration of New Year. Di ba? We're gonna leave 2021 behind and then we're gonna go on and look forward to a brighter, di ba, 2022. So, sana guys, you guys gonna celebrate, you guys gonna tawag dito, sasalubungin po natin ang 2022 with a bang of positivity, very optimistic, and of course, kung ano man yung mga bagay na we tawag dito, we encounter in past 2021, sana 'di ba, magbigay to ng magbigay sa atin ng experience and learning lesson. Ayan guys. So, in exactly 3 minutes, iaakit ko na po sila Champ dito at si Miss Rachel, and then we're gonna start the topic and then the interview. Diba? But once again, welcome to the show. Welcome to DJ Byron Music and Topic TV. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat, and sana guys, no, you guys continue. Of course, huwag niyo din po kakalimutan, please do subscribe to the channel of Champ Nonito, Donaire, and Miss Rachel, Beyond the Ring. Beyond the Ring by Champ and Miss Rachel. May YouTube channel po sila. And of course, sa kanilang YouTube channel, you're gonna really enjoy the content na meron sila aside from boxing. Of course, they're gonna have a lot of positivity na topic. Of course, they also have shoutout sa iyo, Kuya Alfie Cornell, ha? Shoutout sa iyo, Kuya Alfie Cornell. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Kuya Alfie. Ha? Namamas ko sa iyo. Shoutout sa iyo, okay? And of course, shoutout din, Ate Weng, shoutout din sa'yo, Ate Weng. Yun, nagbabatingan na yung mga ating viewers. Diba, AKM Design and Concept, shoutout to you. Curious Ka Ba TV, shoutout sa'yo. Diba? Pogi Pangit, shoutout to you, of course. Ate Grace Pablo Vlog, shoutout. Merry Christmas. Sabi Ate Grace Pablo Vlog, congratulations, Champ Nonito Donaire and his beautiful wife, Coach Rachel from Grace Pablo Vlog. Yan, marami pong salamat. Kapit Bahay TV, shoutout to you as well. Yan. Ohelea Montanga, shoutout sa inyong lahat. At sa lahat po nandito. Yan. James Alba, shoutout sa iyo, bro. Yan guys, paki-share lang po to so we can start more. 2 minutes, I'm gonna let them in. And of course, 'di ba? Magsisimula na yung interview natin, and alam ko medyo yung iba of course busy. Pero again, we're gonna make this a wonderful interview for Champ Nonito Donaire at syempre sa kanyang may bahay na si Miss Rachel na napaka-supportive. Kaya nga power couple di ba? Power couple kasi baga perfect combination tong dalawan to Perfect combination talaga. And inside and outside the ring. Of course, outside the ring, you have to be perfect combination kasi husband and wife kayo, di ba? Pero inside the ring is different kasi you're talking about kasi baga being professional towards one another dahil sila ay mga syempre, Champ Nonito is a boxer, professional boxer, and then Miss Rachel is a coach, professional coach. So, di ba? Kung titingnan natin, sa iba parang hirap, pero sa kanila, di ba, paano nila nagagawa yun at paano nila na-maintain, di ba? Yung relationship, yung husband and wife relationship outside the ring or inside the ring na dapat hindi gano'n. Oy, shoutout to Boogie Man, ha? Kuya, Tito Jerry, shoutout sa'yo. Shoutout, Tito Jerry. Shoutout po sa inyo lahat. Alright, so I think pwede ko na silang papasukin, no? Para hindi na rin masyado silang gabihin dahil of course, di ba? Christmas season, kailangan may mga, baka huli na rin sa shopping, Christmas gift. Ganon din ako, I'm behind. So, without further ado, guys, I would like to introduce our guest for today. Let me stop my music. And of course, I'm very grateful dahil pinaunlakan po yung aking invitation to do the interview dito sa nakaraan laban ni Mr. Ni Cham Nonito Donaire Team Special. Well, without further ado, I would like to guys to please give them a warm hello, welcome, congratulations to the power couple, of course, Champ Nonito Donaire and Miss Rachel Donaire.
Hi.
Yo!
Hi.
Hi. There it is.
Hi,
Hello, Champ.
guys.
Hello, hello,
Yeah.
hello. Thanks for having us.
Yes, and
Of
thank you to
course,
all
of
the
course.
viewers.
Yes.
Yes. Ayun. Good evening,
Oh,
Champ, and
yung,
syempre, Miss
yung
Rachel.
bunso wants to say hi. Ay, nako.
Hi.
Sorry.
Lovely. Love you.
No, you're good, you're good.
So that's the thing.
Kamusta, Miss Rachel?
Well, of course, we came home it was back to business as usual. We got home Monday, 11:50 p.m.
Yeah.
At
Mm-hmm.
yung boys still had yung last week of school, Tuesday, so we still had to get up. They had to get up. They had to go back to school because they had school until Friday.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So of course now with them home, yung lives, sometimes you will have them making guest appearances to say hello,
Yes.
hi.
So,
So,
Champ, kamusta ka naman?
Mabuti naman. Yun nga, no? Back to the normal regular schedule na pick up the kids, drop them off at school. Pag marumi yung bahay, clean
Linis.
after. Maglilinis, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Parang normal lang.
Mhm.
So it's back to that type of routine.
yeah, we were
Mm.
back in the gym naman. We got back Monday night we were back in the gym Wednesday, no?
Yes,
Parang
yes.
So Wednesday we went back to the gym that we have been working out at sa DLX sa Las Vegas. Kasi
Mm.
si Jesse Vargas is starting yung training camp niya at we
Yeah.
are in his training camp. So parang walang vacation, back to gym, back to regularly scheduled programming at yun. James Alba, hi.
Hi, James. Hi,
Salamat
hi.
sa lahat ng support
Yes,
when we
at
were in
saka
Carson.
tulong din sa inyong time.
And hi
Salamat.
sa asawa mo. Hi. Hope happy
Yeah.
holidays.
Yes.
I know.
Yan.
And you couldn't believe it, no? Ilang araw na lang, Pasko na, and then
Oo nga eh.
2021 is over. 2021 is over. Then we are now, heading to 2022. So once again, Miss Rachel and of course,
Sabi,
Champ.
nakita mo yung meme na nakalagay. Did everybody notice na 2022 is kasama parehas ng 2020 pero 2022, the coming year of 2022 daw.
Yeah.
Parehas ng 2022, I hope not.
I hope not. That's true. But anyway, Champ, maraming salamat. Alam ko, you just came back from, it's been like how many days? 10 days?
And days
Since
na.
the fight?
Tintin
With Draymond?
sa-
It's been
from
10
the
days,
fight?
right?
From the fight.
It was December 11
Yeah.
or 9 days. 10 days
Walang
exactly
minuto,
between
wala na
tomorrow,
yung time
right?
ko eh. My time is so
Oo nga, sa bahay, walang Christmas pa. Like,
Yeah, kasi wala kaming
Mm.
time na mag-decorate, mga
Mhm.
ganon-ganon. So, last year, for the past 2 years, nandun yung mga trees, yung mga ganon-ganon, naka-ano kami. But this time, because of the fight, coming back, at saka dealing with the kids to school, parang hindi kami naka-prepare for the Christmas. But of course, it's the spirit that really counts, no?
That's true. It's very, very important. And syempre, your celebration of Christmas will be a lot merrier, of course. Coming from di ba, coming from winning the fight against Raymart Gabalio, of course, di ba? It's not only Raymart, syempre, yung previous fight mo before Raymart Gabalio, di ba? Yung
nga.
comeback fight mo, champ, di ba? So talagang your 2021, I think you're very, very blessed, and
Yeah.
sabi nga siguro you're very, very happy about your achievement this 2021, di ba?
Oo nga,
Yes.
that's why we just came back from yung dinner that si Tatay Jerry and Mom Becky asked, okay, sige, where do you guys want to go to dinner? And I said,
Sabi lang, kahit saan.
kahit saan. I said,
Ah.
Stone Crab. Yun.
So, Kasi nanalo ng bet eh. Kaya nga sabi na kahit saan ako na bahala sa dinner, sabi nila. So I'm like, yes, Tatay Jerry.
Stone crab.
Nice. Stone crab, sounds good. So the topic that we have for today, Miss Rachel and Champ, of course, the game plan. So alam naman natin in any kind of sport, hindi lang sa sport, no, even the plan that we have sa buhay natin, we have a game plan. So dito sa topic natin na pag-uusapan natin with you guys, how was the game plan before the fight with Raymart?
Well, the game plan sa totoo was a smooth camp, no? That was the first one. And yeah, he lost his tooth and then we had COVID. So even when the game plan goes awry, we have to make do. We have to adjust and we have to pick up where the other person can't help out. And as far as the game plan with Mart, the thing is that the game plan we put together was based on his previous fights. He showed a lot of improvement. He showed a lot of adjustment.
Yes.
And that was something we didn't expect first and second round.
Yes.
So these are things that, yung game plan, it's okay kasi you're basing it off yung fundamentals ng kalaban. But he was so talented that he was able to deceive us.
They worked very hard. Oh, shout out to TUC, by the way, and Mon. Thank you guys for always being here.
And AKM.
Yes, AKM as well. Thank you guys. But yeah, yun nga no. Kasi iba yung nakakalaban nila, at saka iba yung style ko rin eh. Alam nila na ako sumusugod ako palagi, lumalaban ako palagi, at alam nila na malakas ako. So they were trying to do a different game plan na kasi yung base namin is yung game plan nila dati, no? Yung nag-agresibo, sumusuntok ng marami, so all of that, no? Tsaka sabi ko, makukuha ko to ng counter. Kasi yung wala siyang defense sa pag sumusuntok siya. So I was looking at that and sabi ko I can counter him with the left hook. And nung umpisa ng laban, at first he was trying to be aggressive and then natamaan ko ng konti. But although ang nakakaiba dito is magaling yung jab nila.
Magaling yung jab ni Raymart.
We disregarded the jab, no? Kasi sabi ko, it's only for a feint to throw the straight, sabi ko. And then when we came to the realization in the first round, sabi ko na he's moving his feet, hindi siya stagnant, at saka hindi siya stationary. He's actually boxing, he's actually moving, and he's throwing his jab. Yung jab niya ay na-surprise ako doon. Na-surprise talaga ako doon.
Okay.
For us, yung game plan namin is, we're gonna counter him. We're gonna do our head movement and papasok kami and counter him when he opens up. Kasi mahilig suntukan. Meaning he loves to brawl. And so yun yung inasahan namin, but he never showed it. Yung pinakita niya doon ay magaling yung depensa niya at magaling yung jab at saka he was doing his movement, no?
Yes.
So nakakaiba yung at saka of course the first second round malamig kasi doon eh. Na-surprise ako na kasi nung nag-warm up ako, talagang pinawisan ako ng husto. And then, nung naghintay ako, kasi pumasok siya ng ring, kahit nag-move ako, ganun pa rin.
Parang, paano?
Sumasayo kayo. Pag nag-move ka.
Parang cha-cha siya.
You're just too good to be true.
Nakapekto jump yung weather na malamig doon sa warm-up mo.
Na-surprise ako doon kasi malamig siya. Although, warm-up ako sa paglabas ko ng locker room, so hindi ako nilamigan. Ang problema lang, yung internal temperature ko, lumalamig siya. Kasi malamig talaga sa labas. Although, hindi ko na-feel yung kalamig. But, nung pumunta ako ng ring, wala na yung pawis ko, wala na yung sweat, wala nang pawis, wala na talaga. At
Oh,
kaya
wow.
nga was trying to warm up. Sabi ni coach dito, sabi niya na you gotta move your legs. You know, we practice
Yes.
moving your legs, lateral movements using your jab. At
Yes.
hindi ko nagawa yun until like siguro the third or the fourth
Oo
round.
nga. Parang frozen siya.
Yeah.
Parang, like, again, like,
Let it go.
Ganon na
Let it
naman.
go. Frozen sabi ko.
it wasn't like, kasi sa locker room, of course, merong heater, merong controlled temperature, at yung locker room niya, sobrang malayo. Yung walk.
Yes,
And then,
yes. Kasi nandun ako sa pinakamalayo yung
Oo.
locker room ko.
Oh,
So,
wow.
malayo yung lakad ko sa hallway. Papunta palabas ng to get into the arena.
Yes.
Kasi yung palikod ng locker room, malayo talaga yung walk namin eh.
Oo nga.
Hindi ko
And then-
nakakalain na mas malayo pala yun.
And then stage ni Mart before you. So parang we're waiting in line. So Raymart has to go, like, they stage him, then he has to walk all the way to the ring. They have to let yung ring entrance music niya play, and then si Nonito. If you like start to time from the locker room, yung controlled temperature from yung hallway, and then
Yes.
waiting, parang almost 10-15 minutes before they actually start
me in there.
yung first round, no?
Yeah.
Really?
And yeah,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it was like, what was it, 40 something degrees
Yes, it
Fahrenheit?
was 42.
Yeah.
Walang wind. So at least walang wind, no? Kasi if there was wind or yung
Yeah, buti
rain,
nga wala, hindi umulan because
Wow.
the next day yung
Merong
storm in Southern California, lumabas yung storm nung
Yes.
paalis na kami.
Uh-uh.
So we were very grateful na hindi umulan, hindi malakas yung hangin. So we were very, very grateful for that. But going back into the game plan, we studied she studied Gabayo a lot. I didn't really look at Gabayo's siguro yung one fight lang ni yung Puerto Riqueño Rodriguez.
yeah. Si Rodriguez.
Yeah, so Manny
Uh-huh.
Rodriguez. Yun lang ang napanood ko. Very brief lang. Very
Yeah.
short. Pero parang na-memorize ko yung ano. But si Madam dito ay yung talagang nagawa ng game plan. So yung mga laro movement, may picture doon na nakita nyo na I squared him up.
Yes.
So wala yung balance niya. So I would jab here, I would jab there, and he would step forward, then nakita ko na square up. So wala na yung power kasi wala na siyang leverage. So we work on lateral movements, we worked on the jab, and we worked on the counter. For the most part, ang nakita namin ay one of our biggest game plan was body shot.
Oh,
Got it.
kasi like yung even sa first and second round, yung what they were working on sa camp was working, no? It was, hands up, blocking the left hook palagi, at staying away. Yung jab was effective, which wasn't a jab that he's ever thrown before. Yung jab niya before was a setup jab. It wasn't an effective jab. It wasn't, trying to, it wasn't an actual stoppage kind of strong jab.
Yeah.
But this time, sa first and second round, that's when we saw, okay, he changed his jab. Yung timing niya sa jab was different. It was faster. He brought it back faster, and then he covered up his face again.
Yes.
Yes.
So we were, we had to adjust for that. But the thing is yung fundamental trainings, yung habits, yung good habits at yung bad habits will always come back if it is something that you haven't been working on for months.
Yes.
So it's a 8-week camp, 12-week camp. You're focusing on something that you have that's changing your natural rhythm.
Yes.
When it's only that long, it's not something that's natural. Because when we start getting tired, we start getting into our natural rhythm of what we normally do sa habits, diba?
Yes.
So yung habits niya,
Madam, ganda mo, madam. I like it when naka-explain ganyan, talagang ginamit yung utak, no? Sabi ko, God, I'm so in love with you.
Ganon.
Of course, yeah. So, so going back to the game plan, Miss Rachel and Champ, did you guys have like a backup game plan in case the first game plan will not work, or did you just adjust and then stick kayo sa game plan nyo talaga with the fight with Raymart?
I mean, we like I said, like what I was trying to say is that alam ko that as the rounds go on, and he showed this with even with Rodriguez, when the rounds go
Mm.
on, yung bad habits niya
Yeah,
will
bumabalik.
start to come back.
Yes.
And so we were
Oh,
betting on it, and it started to come back. And so
okay.
when we started seeing that those openings, it was parang like he was like, okay, yung first priority niya is to protect against yung left hook. Yung
Oh,
first
yes.
priority. Kahit just make
Yes,
sure
that's true.
yung hand is up.
Yeah,
Pero
nakataas. Yes.
being that when he started to trade, there were certain things that he did that it went back to yung basics niya and yung foundation niya,
Mhm.
yung fundamentals that has been ingrained to him since he started boxing.
Yes.
Mhm.
And we started to see it. We started to work around getting him to do yung bad habits again more. And then we
Yes.
set that whole thing up sa fourth round.
Mm.
Ano bang nilagay mo sa wine ko? Ang ganda-ganda mo.
Shoutout sa'yo, Res Backers, ha. Shoutout. Siyempre, shoutout naman si Res Backers Connect TV.
Oh, may filter ba?
Oo nga.
Shoutout,
Wine.
paki-shoutout naman si Res Backers Connect TV.
Res Backers. Shout out to you, brother. Res Backer Connect TV.
Yan.
Shout out. Thank you for being here.
Yun. So,
Me?
No, I was here first.
I wore this first.
Yeah, no, I wore this morning.
I wore this before.
No.
I got the first.
No.
I'm telling you, I got
No,
it
ako
first.
yung nauna kasi late ka natulog kagabi eh.
I still got it before
No,
you.
I did. Ako, no? Oh.
Hi, Byron.
Yeah, no. What did you put in my wine?
Well,
you guys had a glass of wine?
I have been drinking a while.
Celebration.
Wine
Yeah.
ako. Kaya nga, uminit ako eh. Tinanggal ko yung jacket ko eh.
It's a celebration. It's a celebration.
Woo!
All right. So, Champ,
Yes.
anong in-expect mo kay Raymart when he tried to go like brawl with you? And gaano kalakas ang power niya? Were you surprised sa power niya, or you were expecting that already? Because
I expected sa record niya no na malakas siya sumuntok. Yun nga, hindi naman talaga ako natamaan ng solid kasi na-block ko lahat yung mga suntok niya. But na-feel ko yung lakas niya. No, na-feel ko yung heavy hand niya. So yun nga, I expected him to be strong, but then feel ko na makakaya ko yung suntok niya at feel ko na maka-advantage ako kung suntukan kami sa loob ng sa loob ng inside fighting, pag inside fighting.
yeah. So may
David,
David.
shout out David.
Yeah.
Congrats.
but the thing is that
Go
the
ahead.
way that we had situated, we knew, of course, diba, if you're ever at the end of yung punch, you're gonna sustain the most damage. So it was interesting because si Gabayo was a lot taller than Ubali.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, the same height, no?
Mapandak yung si Ubali. Yung si Gabayo, we're almost the same height.
Oh.
So it was really
Pero
interesting.
yung reach niya, you guys almost have the same reach, right? I think mas laban
Almost the
ka,
same
Champ.
reach din.
Almost.
Oh, almost the same reach.
And you know what was one of the difficult things sa ringside, no? At I wish there was something better that we could do about this. Maybe I just watch yung live stream. Kasi when I'm in the corner, so if you think about yung corner, you're watching the fight.
What are we doing here?
I'm showing him.
Okay.
Ganon. These are the people fighting,
Yeah.
and this is your corner.
Yeah.
So
Really?
Parang yung ring. So it's not so much as
Oh, so hindi malaki yung gap.
yes.
So for me, in the corner, when I was
Ay, thank
watching,
you, David.
parang before, during the rounds, or if merong merong thanks, David.
Thank you, bro.
Merong exchange
Yeah.
sa corner ni Gabayo, no? On the other side of the ring. All I can see is yung back ni Nonito. Hindi ko alam, all the crowds going, woo, woo, everything's going. And I'm like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
who hit?
Kasi
I
one side
can't
lang yung
see.
nakikita natin, no?
One
Hindi
side,
gaya ng sa TV na makikita talaga natin
Oo nga, yung
yung
dead
300,
dalawa.
yung
Oo, yung
360, yes.
Yeah.
Oo.
So when I'm watching, of course, I'm giving yung pointers sa corner, pero yung perspective ko is so limited kasi yung ring is elevated, and then I have talaga merong, I was showing you yung corner kasi merong pole doon at there's so many blocking of what I can't see. So I'm only basing it as much as I can see. But when we watch the replay, I was like, oh, okay, he wasn't getting hit. But from yung perspective ng corner, we don't know.
You don't
And
know
so
kasi.
that's why I was always like harping, like, make sure you move your head, make sure you're moving your feet, your lateral movement. Because
Yes.
from our perspective, all we're seeing is Gabayo throwing, pero we can't see if it landed, if he's blocking or wala. So it's interesting because when we talk about yung refs,
Yes.
and young fans, they watch it on TV and they ask like, refs, what are you watching, diba? We understand kasi the refs only get one perspective. They don't get that beautiful shot, like every kind of angle that's going on in
Yes.
the ring. So that's one of the things that I've learned in the corner. I've been thinking if it's actually better for me to just live stream it on yung phone call, watch actually what's going on because I can't see it.
You
It's a
can't really
really
see
bad
it.
angle for yung corner.
Is it always like that?
It's always
like that. Yeah, but
Oh,
siguro
wow.
siguro ang i-practice mo is pag nag-training ako or mag-sparring ako, doon ka sa baba nakatitik,
sa ganon,
nakatingin. So that you will get to get the perspective of how kung ano yung position at saka yung movements ko. Siguro that's the only way you can kind of get it.
So ganito.
So it's really hard. It's really hard for.
It is.
Well,
and that's-
it's difficult kasi nangyayari rin, mabilis yung nangyayari eh. Tsaka
Of
may
course.
pressure, maraming tao, you're in a heightened emotion, lahat-lahat. So nakikita mo, iba-iba yung nakikita mo instead of you're in a calm state at nakikita mo lahat.
Okay. So, okay. My next question, kung hindi nag-work champ Miss Rachel yung the body shot, do you have another game plan for Gabalio? I mean, for that fight, or you guys will really stick to that game plan that you guys already been?
No, there was other game plans that we had. Another one was really he was so open up the middle.
Well, nakikita namin, marami kami nakikita, no? At for me, I'm allowing her to see and create a good game plan. But for me as well, ako sanay na ako dun eh. So nakikita ko lahat at I have such arsenals and books and knowledge in my brain na kung ano man yung gusto kong gagamitin, nakukuha ko yun kasi nandun na nga, I have all that perspective, no? And because of all the experience that I have.
I think that's the fun part of having very high level opposition for sparring. Yung sparring niya was Tomoki Kameda and Angela Leo at si Kaye and Brendan.
Yeah.
And there was a couple others, those Japs that came, Japs Nonito, who came from LA. We had a bunch of different sparring. And the thing is, when you have a bunch of different sparring, you're having to, kasi sa 12 round ng sparring, si Nonito will stay in, and most likely he'll do 4 rounds with this guy, 4 rounds with this guy, 4 rounds with that guy, right? To make the 12. When that happens, you have to be able to adjust in the middle of a fight. And because you're dealing with different styles and different problems that we have to overcome. But the level of sparring we had this time was amazing. It was almost like a match, really. Like, as far as like
mas mahirap yung sparring namin kasi magaling yung mga mga ano,
These
mga
were former world
yes, former
champions.
world champions. So yung
Oh,
mahirap
wow.
yung ano namin, yung sparring, at it was very very challenging.
It was very challenging and
But I
very
learned a lot from it. Though.
and very respectful. It wasn't some kind of, back and forth and trash talking. We would always come after the sparring. We would all sit down, and
Mm-hmm.
their coach and our coach would be like, "Well, this is what you did." Nonito would talk to yung sparring partners niya and be like, "Well, this is what I saw." So the
Mm-hmm.
next sparring, these guys knew, and then they would have to level up. And because they were leveling up, si Nonito would have to level up then, because now they knew what he was looking for, and
Mm-hmm.
it would be a very good push and motivator throughout the sparring. So I think the
Mm.
sparring was a very
Yeah,
key
importante
thing.
importante yung maganda yung ano mo training camp because na-inspire ka rin sa mga kasparing mo, sa mga kung sino man yung nasa paligiran mo. Na-inspire ka doon, na-inspire ako. So it was a very very good camp regardless of all the adversity na nawala yung tooth ko or or naka-COVID ako or ganito ganyan.
Yeah.
Byron, ask him what he wants for Christmas.
What do you have for Christmas, champ?
Yung two front teeth.
220.
Shout out Teddy Gumbana. Shout out sa inyo.
Uh,
Ay guys, ano lang sa baba, ano lang tayo, easy lang tayo sa baba. Everybody's welcome here just to be,
yes, yes, yes.
everybody's welcome here.
Yeah,
So,
let's not put it here. This is about no ang ating usapan to na kung ano yung game plan, ano yung
Yes, yes.
tandem namin, kung ano man yung problema nyo dyan, kayo na lang po dyan, wag mong ipakita sa mga tao dito kasi it's not necessary here. So
and,
please.
and if there's guys from the other side that are being respectful, please do not hide them. Like, just allow
Yeah,
them to speak as long as they're being respectful naman. No?
Yes.
So,
Kasi, like,
babalik.
look forward, 5 days lang until Christmas, guys.
Yes, come on.
Yes.
Santa is watching.
Oo nga.
Yes. So champ, were you nasaktan ka ba ni Raymart? On the
Wala naman kasi hindi
Wala.
naman talaga ako natamaan ng
solid.
solid.
Got
Yes.
it.
I think
Although
they said they were thinking about yung when you remember with yung third round ba? When you
Oh.
guys were going in and he hit you with a straight, pero yung straight
well,
like parang hindi.
yung straight nakabiran ko yun and then umatras ako with a unstable position and then he went with the 1-2 pero lahat naman nakatama lang sa ano ko sa
Pero heavy
Hmm.
yung hand niya.
malakas sa sumunto pag nandun yung leverage at saka momentum.
No, Romy, shoutout sa iyo. Oh, okay. Yung uppercut ni Raymart kasi we saw his uppercut eh.
Hindi naman nakatama yung uppercut niya at saka nakikita ko yung uppercut niya palagi.
Okay.
So, yun nga, I'd never felt na natamaan ako ng solid. So, I can't say for sure kung ano, but I know na malakas sa sumuntok.
Yeah, I think the thing is that our game plan was to make sure that we acknowledge yung power niya and make the proper adjustments to not get hit by them. He has very strong punching power, and that's why when he came to Vegas, we invited him to dinner and we told him, like, one day you will become a world champion. This is not for me, no. I feel this is not a loss for him because he's so young. And he's gone 24-1. That's still an amazing record. I think a lot of these young boxers hold so much yung undefeated record. Pero they don't ever get through adversity being undefeated. And then when yung loss comes, parang they don't know how to really take it, at how to grow from it. And we've talking to JC at Raymart, and we believe in his talent. This is something that he just needs to learn and grow from, because yung next fight niya is going to be just even better. It's going to be so much better with the things he learned from this. For me, I really was thankful that with Mark, of course, Filipino versus Filipino. That's one. And then yung camaraderie, yung respect.
Yes.
this was the best way to end the fight. I wanted it not to be something that was detrimental or
Mm-hmm.
health threatening. And honestly, this was the best way. Kasi yung talaga when you get knocked out sa ulo, you don't know. You really don't know what
Tsaka
happens the long term.
may long term, baka may
Oo
long
nga.
term effect po yun. So,
Tama.
and it was good na it was just a body shot, and something na not damaging in terms of
Oo.
the physical, kasi minsan pag natamaan ka sa ulo, iba-iba yung reaction ng mga tao at saka sa katawan nila.
Pero champ, nung na-body shot mo siya, he tried to stand up and then bumaba siya ulit. So, ibig sabihin, it was a very powerful body shot.
It was powerful, pero I've already worked on it from the very beginning, yung body shot ko.
Mm.
So, hindi lang yun na isang tama. It was a
It was,
accumulation.
yes,
Accumulation of many body shots.
tama.
Kaya nga, and of course, because of my tendency of throwing the left hook, it opened up yung body shot.
And I honestly thought, like, here's the thing is that he could have just stayed down, pero yung heart niya, talaga, yung puso
Yes,
niya, he had, the determination to at least try. And I give him respect for that. Because, like, there's other boxers that they won't even try to stand up, pero he tried, and his body didn't comply. There's nothing that's the one thing about a body shot that we've talked about is that you can think that you can stand, pero your body is not it. They're like, yeah, no, we're not gonna get up again.
Mhm.
So he at least tried to get up. He at least tried to beat the count. There's so many boxers that don't even try and they just give up na.
Yeah.
Well, Eli Wally, did I expect him to, being stopped after the knockdown? Yun nga, no, I feel na I feel na, it was a good shot. I feel na baka siguro maka get up pa rin siya. But then, nung lahat ng mga accumulation ko na body shot ay hindi ko nilagay sa calculation ko yon, but I feel na yung suntok ko malakas siya, pero I really thought he was gonna get up, but he tried, but yun nga, no, much more damaging than I thought it could be, because of all the previous punches na natamaan ko sa tiyan. At I remember pa rin sa first and the early rounds, nung sinuntok ko siya sa tiyan, every time na matamaan ko siya, binigyan niya ako ng smile. So alam ko na nasaktan siya doon. Because
Oh.
every time na natamaan ko siya talaga ng solid, and parang umatras siya, and then he gives me this smile. Sabi ko, okay, now I know na natamaan ko at may apekto yun. So kaya nga nung natamaan ko siya ng rib, as much as he wanted to get up, at as much as na-feel ko na makatayo siya,
Oo.
because of all the other punches from the previous punch at natamaan ko siya, it accumulated.
Yeah, I think if we are ever to just watch yung replay, no, if you were to go back and start to watch every single body punch that accumulated to that single one at the end, it literally is someone hitting you constantly, and then that perfect one where you didn't think that you would think that you would be able to take it. It was just too much for the body. And with the
Yeah.
body shot, like I said, that's one of those things that your head could want to continue, but your body won't comply.
Is that like my mind is telling me
No,
no?
it's not. Oh my god.
But my body is telling me yeah.
May tanong pa
Byron,
dito,
don't
champ.
have fun after he has wine.
Eto ba, champ?
Ay, nako.
Eto, champ. Ito, no. Champ, how will you rate Raymart's overall performance after you have exchanged punches with him, specifically his power?
Yung power niya is about B plus to A minus. All it needs is to get to an A. Siguro is more leverage, no, meaning that proper balance. And then yung movement naman mabilis din eh. He's just not utilizing the movement. I believe that he is in a B class because because of how his performance in terms of yung mga, kasi alam ko na mas malakas pa siya. Alam ko na mas mabilis pa siya. Is because of
Mhm.
his footing, his foundation, and his stance
Mm.
is what limiting him from being an A plus fighter.
Yeah.
I see.
And
I see.
those are things he can work on, of course, no.
Yes.
And that's why I said, like, I think with proper training and consistent correction on his fundamentals, he can be more than what he's shown today. He can be a world champion someday. But
I know.
it's fine tuning. It's these small things about when your teacher tells you, all you need to do is just do a little bit more, and you'll have an A
Mhm.
plus. And you're like, okay, sige, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna do this. That's where he is. Because if this was going to be a walkover, we wouldn't have had taken the time. We would have had been so serious and gotten these former world champions as our sparring partners.
Mhm.
We respected yung power niya at yung boxing ability niya so
Mhm.
much that we need to be over prepared, especially with the things that we can. Byron, kick him off. Kick him off. Ako nila.
Kasi yes, ganun pa rin, parang fine wine ka talaga.
No
Gumaganda
one
ka.
said you're fine
No,
wine.
okay. For me,
Someone in
ikaw
the
yung
chat.
fine wine ko. Talagang gumaganda. It's just, uh, you're more, you're more beautiful.
Ay,
No?
nako.
You're just so much more beautiful.
Parang
Yeah. So,
Friday night yung usapan mo to.
well, Champ, is there any game plan you Miss Rachel and Champ na if Raymart will go toe to toe with you guys, are you guys gonna like go with toe to toe with Raymart?
We expected, I wanted to make that fight toe to toe. Kasi
Mm.
alam ko na yung suntok niya ay iba yung wala siyang distansya eh. He doesn't know how to gauge the distance whether nasa loob ako, sa labas ako. Yung distansya
Yeah.
niya ay pareho-pareho lang. And he can't gauge it. For me, alam ko na yun. So, we wanted that fight to toe-to-toe. But yeah, surprisingly, he was backing out and he was boxing. So, we want, na kaya nga, pumapasok ako. And he would stand back, and he would use his jab. Great. His jab was amazing. Yun nga. But yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it was interesting to me because I kept wanting to hear what was in the other corner, right after yung fight. For me, I told them Showtime came and they said, "Oh, Chief Second, we're gonna give you a mic," and I was like, "No, you're not." And they're like, "No, we're gonna mic you." I was like, "No, you're not." I was like, "You're not going to mic me. Leave me alone." And so they didn't mic me. Pero sa other corner, after we were watching the replay, I really wanted to hear what they were, telling him
telling
to
him.
do. And yung instruction nila in ever so, because it's always broken when they're trying to get what the coach is saying, was counter with a 3-4. And so for me, I'm like, correct me if I'm wrong. 3 is hook, 4 is overhand.
Straight.
Oh, straight.
That's his
1,
thing. Bam,
2,
bam, bam. That's
3.
what he does all the time.
Okay. So, but the unfortunate part with that
Well,
is
overhand too, yeah. 4, 1.
1,
Depends.
1, 2,
Depende
3, 4.
who is
You're
saying it.
changing the numbers.
No, everybody's different. Some people go on the other side. Some people are different. So I don't know
Okay,
what
1,
their
2, 3,
count
4.
was.
What's 1, 2, 3, 4? Because it
For me, it's jab, straight, hook is 1, 2, 3,
and then
and
4.
then overhand.
Overhand's 4.
Yes, and then body is
5,
5,
6.
6,
Oh,
right?
okay.
But so other people, di ba yung ano nila, like what's his name? Kai is so different than ours. Their numbers.
Yeah, their numbers are different.
Yeah.
So it's weird, the language of boxing. But when I was looking back, if 4 was what I thought it was, and 4 was an overhand, because his overhand is really, really strong. We've seen it in other fights, so that's something that we're watching for. If it was 3-4 lang, for me, that was what was going to open him up for yung body shot. Because those are wide punches, right? And with the wide punches, the elbows come up. The body shots are open. So of course I didn't know this during the fight. It was when I watched it back, and I was like, why would you tell him to open up his elbows to throw wide punches in an enclosed game? and then open him up for the body when you knew that Nonito was already starting to target the body. But
Mhm.
Well, they
you
weren't
know,
they weren't accounting for the body because they were accounting
Ano
for.
din, yeah.
So if I throw a hook, an overhand would be most likely would get rather than a straight. Because pag naka straight, most likely I'll cross. But if I'm throwing here and you go an overhand, it's gonna go over my hook, and that's why they plan to do that. Because if I'm throwing a left hook, if he's not blocking, which is still a very dangerous game, pag naka ano mo, di ba? I'm throwing a hook, it's gonna land faster than your
oh
overhand.
yeah, so
You know.
his game was 3 and 4, so he was gonna go hook for hook.
So so did you read this game plan, champ? Nabasa mo ba yung game plan ni Raymart?
Yes, 100%.
Okay,
Yeah,
100%.
nabasa ko
Okay.
yung movement niya at saka yung game plan niya. At
And
kaya nga, when I was throwing the left hook, nakataas yung kamay niya.
uh-huh.
And that's why I went underneath. And throughout the whole time, yun nga, ang ginawa namin, even in training camp, was to
Yeah.
go to the body. Kasi alam namin na itataas niya yung elbow niya.
Even if it
Uh-huh.
wasn't like, so the one thing about his elbows that we didn't perceive
Mm.
is round 1 and 2, yung elbows niya talaga dikit like this, right?
Mhm.
What we understood is that during in between yung punches niya, yung combinations niya, they would come up. That's what we were waiting for. Pero so round 1 and 2, it was like this. Pero yung elbows, it's still up, no?
Mhm.
But what we were game planning was for when he starts to throw, especially wide, his elbows are going to come up. It would allow for the body shot to be open.
Got it. Does he trying to set you up, champ, sa fight nyo? Does he trying to set you up with a
Uh,
shot?
there was early on yung kasi yung setup niya is the hook straight, hook straight. Yun lang talagang nakikita mo talaga na hook straight.
Mhm.
And he would counter back with the left hook all the time pag sumusuntok ako. But ang ano lang is I did not give him enough time to set up. Kasi pinipressure ko palagi and and
Mhm.
and did not give him the distance to set up.
Mhm. I see.
We were honestly expecting him to come forward more.
Yes.
Oh,
That was
really?
yeah, he's going to the CR.
Yeah, so nung hindi nangyari yun, Miss Rachel, were you guys surprised? And pumasok ba sa isip niya, he's up to something?
Um, during the first round, that's where I usually gauge, no? And so I started to realize, okay, they're trying to box.
Mm.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Because of course we know, like, if you start going boxing from a distance, if you're going to go through the 12 rounds, then you're trying to rack up points. And the jab, from what we knew before, the jab was parang a lazy jab. It wasn't effective.
Mm.
And but he came with a very effective jab. The jab
Oh,
was strong, it was quick,
Yeah,
and it
surprised
came
nga ako
back.
dun eh. Surprised nga ako dun
Oh yeah,
because
really?
very effective jab.
yeah.
At saka is hindi lang yung isa, dinadalawa niya. So I was very surprised na of all of that change na hindi ko nakita sa lahat ng laban niya.
Mm.
Mm.
Which like I said, I give credit to his corner for setting that up, and because of that, that's why we had to change the game plan to bait him more to throw. Even the telecast was saying that Nonito and Mart were very they were not calculated, but they were conserving and strategic about the punches they were throwing, because they wanted to see what the other guy was going to do,
Uh-huh.
especially with Mark going backwards instead of what we expected going forward.
Yes.
He was trying to see, okay, well, if I throw this, is he going to do this? If I back up or if I go forward, what is he going to do? Saan yung distance? Because that's a major part, right? And what's the speed? What's his combinations? What are his habits? And once you start to understand, like, the foot placement and where these guys are, as far as this is what he's gonna throw. If he throws the jab, he's gonna throw a straight or an overhand. It's always gonna be like parang yung left, right, like yung rhythm ng boxing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
but the rhythm of boxing always has to have the proper distance and opportunity for it to land effectively and be a threat. So we, like I said, sa first round, alam ko naman, like, first round knockouts are really hard, no? First round
Yeah.
knockouts, I feel are very lucky. They're very lucky
Oh.
because it's about someone made a huge mistake that you were able to
Yes.
capitalize on. I feel like the first rounds are always let's date Muna. Let's see what
Yes.
you got. Let's
Pakiramdaman.
and yeah, and then
Yeah.
getting to know each other. And then from there it's a dance. It's a dance.
Can I date you?
Ay nako.
Date tayo. Huh?
But Jam, you were able to anong round mo siya na figure out? Na na-break mo yung kanyang game plan? What round?
Yung mga, I think, end of second tsaka beginning of 3.
Yeah.
Kasi nakita ko talaga yung ano niya, yung defense niya at yung placement ng elbow niya at saka yung kamay niya. At saka dun ko nakita na vulnerable siya sa chan. And of course, we worked on it, but to see it in front was just like, wow, it's actually here.
Uh-huh.
So yun nga, sabi ko, okay, I'll work on that.
And
But
then
first, ang pinala ko muna yung kanan, sinusunod ko yung kanan body shot until it opened up with the left because he was expecting na
you
sa yung left hook ko lang ang
left hook
hook
mo.
ko.
So I think like one of the things that was major in yung interview that si Nonito was a translator at the press conference is sinabi ni Mark, I told yung camp ko kasi they were really preparing for yung left hook.
Left
diba?
hook, yes, of course.
Talaga, like when he hit him with a body shot, his hands went up, no? And he said Nonito has more of an arsenal. So parang that was like a forecasting of what they were really focusing on.
Yes.
And they only focused on
The
one
left hook.
punch out of the entire barrage of punches that can be thrown.
Yes.
So I think that really was a forecasting of what they prepared for, and what they prepared for amazing. They prepared for it amazing.
Yes.
His hand was always up. It was always up, but they forgot about, like Mart said, the other punches that he could have thrown throughout the round.
Yes.
Thank you, Mananabas, for life.
How do you read that so quickly? I would read it like mananana.
Hindi, mananabas.
Mananabas for life.
You guys should send like huge like transcripts of things that are like ana, and then have me read it, because when I see those words,
Slowly.
I start panicking.
Slowly, huh?
Don't be panicked.
Don't be panic, huh?
There's so much like A's and N's. It's a little bit too much.
Were you surprised, champ, na within the 4th round you ended the fight?
No, I wasn't surprised because nakita ko yung vulnerability niya. I was thinking na siguro makuha ko siya ng even earlier because yun nga nakita ko yung openings niya. But he was actually doing a different game plan. Yun nga no, yung jab niya at saka yung movements niya. Kasi I feel that kasi alam ko nakikita ko yun eh. If you look at the fight again, nakikita ko saan siya sumusuntok at nakikita mo binablock ko lahat yung susuntok niya.
Yes.
At saka kina-counter ko siya palagi. So I knew ano yung gagawin niya. It was just a different movement than what we expect him to be.
Yeah, I think if it was the Mart that fought Rodriguez, it would have been a different game. It would have been earlier. Pero kasi they changed their strategy, and he was able to adapt in the first and second round. That was something that we had to deal with and then change with throughout the rounds.
Yes.
Yeah. But did you predict any round, champ, na what round mo siya mabi-breakdown and then you can
I feel na parang nakita ko yung style niya. And of course, I was
They're saying 3 eh.
I said 3 or 2? I said 3 ba? Okay. I said 3 daw.
round 3.
na-remember yun. But sabi ko na pag makuha ko yung distansya niya, at kung suntukan lang at suntukan, he was very vulnerable sa counter after he threw the
Yes.
punch. Because nandun siya. But this time, he was actually moving really well. Kaya nga, and of course, the variety of yung malamig yung and of course, don't get me wrong, the kid is good.
Yes.
Just that, iba lang yung levels namin because nandun yung experience ko eh. At nakikita ko yung lahat ng mga suntok niya. But for him, the more that he learns, I believe na aabot abutin na yung magiging world champion
Well,
din.
let's just put it this way. See, Mayweather had fought Canelo when Canelo was young.
Yeah.
And
Very young.
Canelo had lost to Mayweather just because of the level, right? The boxing IQ that
Yeah.
Canelo didn't bring to the ring at that time.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Canelo is on top right now. So as long
I
as
know.
we focus on and support
Yes.
yung growth niya, instead of, well, you did this wrong or you did this wrong and you didn't, whatever. If he fixes these things that we talked to him, personally on what we believe that he can work on to get that world title, then the sky's the limit. But it's really up to him and his team to decipher what goes on. Because
Yeah.
we've seen it with Canelo.
We've seen it with a lot of fighters, no?
one loss doesn't decipher your career. It really
Yes.
doesn't.
Got it. What's the game plan? Is the powerful left hook or the body shot?
All of the above.
I'd say
All
body
of the
shot.
above.
Well,
Body
we
shot.
worked on the body shot a lot, but sa akin, ang pinaplano ko doon is to counter with the left hook because nakikita ko yun eh. Pag tinapo niya yung straight, he was vulnerable with the left hook, but I did not put into account na binalik niya yung suntok niya kagad for the defense.
Yeah, huh?
But then our other backup was a body shot. So yun nga, we have that and then movements. So lahat ng marami kaming game plans. But the body shot was something that we really worked on as well.
Yeah, I don't know if I uploaded it because when I started uploading yung sparring, it was when we had no content because he lost his tooth. At alam mo, like we were talking about this, DJ Byron, no?
Yeah.
So in case you guys don't know, the last time we were on DJ Byron's was the
I
time
had the mic.
Nonito
I mean the mask.
had no tooth and he was
Yeah.
wearing a mask. And
Yes.
I was super surprised.
Buti nga hindi mo tinanong yun eh.
No one asked why he was wearing a mask, and
No.
we're sitting next to each other. But that was the time. Was it October 27 or ganon?
Yeah, something like that. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, that's God, such a headache.
No, you were like, oh, I'm preparing for Halloween. This is going to be the Halloween costume already. So it was very close. I think we were like 2 days before Halloween. I had the first interview with you guys. So it was a very perfect explanation, to be honest. So nobody asked.
J-Man Greyhead. I have a
Yeah.
question, champ. Why are you always using blue and orange color in your gear in boxing? This was just recently, siguro 2018 to 2019 yung umpisa ko ginamit yung kulay ko na blue at saka orange is because ang orange ay self-expression of the body, no? It's your expression in terms of the chakras, and then of course the blue is speaking your truth, telling when you can say something, you say it out of your so the blue and orange was a self-expression and a anong tawag nito, confidence sa sarili ko na kung ano yung sasabihin ko totoo yon at I will speak of it with my truth. So hindi lang yun na gusto ko yung blue or gusto ko yung orange, is because it has significant meanings yung kulay na orange at saka blue, and it's by the chakras. Just for me, the body's self-expression and being who I am, and saka of course speaking my truth, which is the blue.
So
All right.
sorry, DJ Byron. I don't want to ignore. I had seen a comment or a question earlier
Yeah.
about yung gloves.
Yes, I was gonna put this right here.
Yeah. Okay.
This
okay.
one.
Yan.
Yes.
Ask me to this is the Everlast he uses in fight is a puncher's glove like the one. Yes, it's a puncher's gloves. Yung ginagamit ko. It's similar to the Mexican gloves like Reyes. Pero yung gloves ko ay mas makapal po yung leather ng Everlast kaysa Reyes kasi malambot yung Reyes, pero yun nga, puncher's gloves. And yung gloves na ginagamit ko, which is what, the Elites?
Elite.
Ay parang puncher's glove na Reyes, pero mas makapal pa yung at matigas yung leather.
Yeah. So when we switched from Reyes to Everlast, Everlast had MX then, and then they upgraded yung MX to the Elite. So that's what Nonito uses. That's what he was supposed to use sa Japan. Pero I think yung shipping had damaged yung gloves at yung luck. had it where, of course, I don't know if you guys know this, but when there's a fight, usually there's two pairs of unopened gloves, no?
Mm-hmm.
So the boxer or the boxer's team goes over there. They open the gloves in front of the commission and they start to feel it out. Like, how does this feel? Gonna, but the one that had been supplied to Japan was Everlast Elites, and it had been damaged where to the point where usually if merong isang left that's not good at its isang right, you could switch the pairs, no?
Yeah, pero yung
Oh,
dalawang
Yung
pairs
dalawang left,
naka-damage eh.
it was damaged.
Damage,
oh, that's
So
damage.
why.
he had to take yung overstock ni
Inoue.
Inoue,
Inoue.
yung winning.
Kaya nga yung laban ko ni Inoue, winning yung ginamit ko because of that accident.
Got it. Ito pa isa pang tanong, champ.
Grant. Si
Ask
Grant.
also what does he think about Keto Reyes, Rival, Hayabusa, Everlast winning in Grant gloves and why he thinks Everlast suits him.
Hayabusa, have you used
I
Hayabusa?
have not used Hayabusa. I've used the Keto Reyes and I really liked the Reyes before, but mas maganda yung Everlast. And I've been using Everlast for a very, very long time
At
now.
least 10 years.
Yeah, at least more than 10 years. Rival, sabi nila maganda rin yung Rival, but I've never used the Rival at saka Hayabusa. The Grants, I know the owner, but I've never really, well, I tried the Grants before at saka na sumakit yung kamay ko. It just doesn't fit me well. Maybe because I didn't get it
Custom made.
custom made, you know.
Mm.
So, but the Grants are good gloves.
Winning, you use Sparring.
Winning I use for sparring because it's very thick and it protects the hand.
Pero sa
Sa
laban,
laban, I'd rather have the thinnest glove and
Mm.
I like the Everlast because yun nga no, manipis pero makapal yung leather at saka matigas yung leather.
Got it. Got it. All right. So, champ, Raymart Gabalio fight is over. What's going to be the game plan for next year's fight for you guys?
Well,
Who you guys eyeing for? So, let me answer this, no. Of course, we all know na hindi nangyari yung laban ni pangalan ito, ni Casimero and
Casimero.
Butler. Are you going to go after, or not going after is the term by, but you're trying to do a fight with Casimero, or whichever comes first, Inoue or Casimero?
Well, manager, ako wala akong pili kung sino makakalaban ko. For me, ang gusto ko talaga is to be unified champion, no?
Mhm.
That's always been me. I mean, right now, what I'm thinking of is just hanging out with these little boogers over here and just
Yeah.
hanging out with them and enjoying the holidays, you know?
I think
Um,
with the current climate, the thing is what's stopping a lot of the big fights, no? See Triple G versus Morata
yes.
is
Na-cancel
Cancel,
is
yeah.
COVID.
because of COVID, yes.
So
Yeah.
I think, of course, we would want yung unification bout with Inoue, but at the same time, we don't know what's happening.
Yes.
We don't know what is going to happen in 4 months, 6 months. We don't, of course, Japan is very strict and very protective about their citizens, and they should be. Dapat, diba?
Mhm, mhm.
Of course, this is entertainment. It's not yung livelihood ng buong Japan. So, with that respect, the problem is we don't know when it can be made.
It can be.
That would be our first obstacle. The second obstacle would honestly be yung situation ni Casimero.
Mhm.
The thing is, he didn't fight Paul Butler at we don't know what's going on with yung belt. We don't know if he
Mm.
got stripped. We don't know if it's vacant.
Yes.
And either way is going to be a difficult task. Because let's just say we played this out, no? If he gets stripped, then Paul's gonna have to fight someone because he's the mandatory, he's the number one. That's one.
Yes.
Number two, if
Uh-huh.
Casimero keeps the belt, he still has yung mandatory, right?
Yes.
And maraming tao that's asked me, well, what if Paul Butler accepts a step aside fee? Pwede yun. Pwede. Pero the problem is yung the only reason that the Paul Butler fight and Champ Tata's fight even came to be was because yung purse bid.
Yes.
So
Got it.
kung wala yung purse bid, there's still an air of uncertainty
A
because
certain, yeah.
they have to go with MP Promotions because from what everyone understands, that's who he is signed to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
until that gets mended, parang malabo yung situation
Mhm.
still. So
Yeah.
we're with Richard, and Richard's amazing. Probellum is amazing. We have no complaints about Probellum, but the situations of both champs, one being a COVID situation, quarantines, no fight venue, and no live audience, and the other having a promotional dispute. We're really going to go with who is going to be able to get out of their situation first,
Yes, of course.
and
Yeah.
and that's all we can say because we can't control either situation.
Yes, I
So
understand.
Yeah.
And if the Inoue fight happen, a rematch with Inoue champ, is this going to be in Japan or most likely, or it's going to be here in the United States?
I think, sorry, you keep asking him about the business questions, so I'm just
I'm
going to keep
sorry, Mr. Rachel. Let me rephrase that.
My
Mr.
manager.
Rachel, Mr.
um
Rachel, the question is,
I mean,
if the Inoue rematch happen, is this going to happen in Japan or it's going to be here in the United States?
para sa akin, yung laban ni Nonito at Inoue, yung ringside tickets were 1,000 to 1,500. Yung rematch is going to be even more sa Japan. We went to, of course, it was a mandatory with Inoue versus Dasmariñas, and yung ringside tickets were $150. So I think when you start to think about
Yeah.
yung
At saka sold out yung laban namin dun sa Japan, no?
Yeah.
din sa Virgin naman.
Yeah, but it was like 1,000 compared to 20,000.
Oo nga. So, these things that are on the business aspect of a promoter, creating these events and having their bottom line at least covered, and then starting to make profits. The problem is that the problem or the great thing, depending on what you see, is that the amount of ticket sales in Japan and what they can demand for ticket sales and what they actually do buy is so much higher. They're so hungry for these tickets that they're willing to pay $1,500 for a ringside. What more for the rematch?
That's true.
So when you
Might
start to
double
look
it.
at exactly, so when
Yeah.
you start to look at how much is Inoue expecting, how much is Donaire expecting, how much are we going to fill the crowd, how much are the sponsors going to pay, all these things that go into play.
Yeah.
And then
Yes, of
you
course.
take that, which is times, let's say 150 times 5, at least, no, 6, 7, 8, almost 10, for being in Japan, and then moving it here to the US, and the amount of fights that we go against each other as far as promotion. So Japan, when there's a fight, there's not another Japanese promotional group that's going against the day of the fight.
Yes,
Dito sa States,
dami.
Ay,
Like my fight, no? My Lomachenko
Yeah.
and then my MMA,
Lomachenko,
my
may
ganito ganyan. So maraming mga competition.
That's
Dun sa
true.
Japan lang talaga.
So
Yeah.
business-wise, when we're talking about business, of course, Japan is a perfect venue for a rematch because of the business aspect
Yes.
Opo.
that we're talking about, diba? But of course, if we're gonna like siguro champ ikaw or Miss Rachel, sorry again, Miss Rachel, of course you wanna happen it here in the United States.
Para sa akin, I think
Okay, it doesn't matter.
he's gonna say opposite. He's always gonna be the opposite, even though we're wearing
Okay.
the same colors.
Tanggalin ko nga to. Magubad na ako.
Para sa akin, I feel like we already went to Japan. It should be held in the Philippines, or or sa
There
States.
you go.
That's just yung feeling ko. But again, we go back to
Dubai.
Dubai. Pwede.
Yeah, I think it'll be
Pwede.
good because they make they pay good monies there.
They
too,
pay
so-
pay
good
good
money,
money.
and it's a
Yeah.
neutral ground,
It's a
no?
neutral ground.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I guess
Dubai.
we're not totally separate on this topic.
But, of course, baby, because maganda ka kasi. Kahit ang
I'm
kahit
going
kahit
to CR.
kahit anong
Hindi,
gusto mo, babe. Babe,
with,
kahit anong gusto mo, babe, gagawin ko lahat
Talaga, I'm
para
going to CR.
masaya ka na.
I'm going to CR.
of course, I mean, this is the things that, you know, people na hindi naiintindihan, no? Na aside from the boxing that of course, champ, if gonna ask you, of course, gusto mo, syempre gusto mo dito sa United States, di ba? Pero syempre, there's another part that need to be considered, because it's the business aspect of the boxing. Di ba? Which is, it makes a very, very good point, di ba?
Yeah, I
Kasi,
mean, it's worth it naman eh, 'di ba? Even though
yeah,
sometimes we have a place to go, well, if you're getting paid 500,000 and then you're getting paid 2 million sa kabila, which one would you go to?
of
The one
course,
you're comfortable with or the one with more money, 'di ba?
yeah,
So,
tama.
yun nga no, my choice na sometimes you have to just make that choice.
That's true. That's true. So as of now, it's still up in the air. Whoever is gonna come first for you for next year. But
Yes, kasi wala
aside
wala
from
akong focus ngayon eh. For me again, ang focus ko is the holidays. Ang focus ko is with my
the
kids.
kids, of course, tama. How long ka, champ, na nasa fight mode after the fight with Raymart?
I'm still in the fight mode.
You still
Yeah, I'm still in the fight mode.
okay.
I'm very very tempered na talagang iba yung reaction ko. So,
Uh,
but I'm not as bad as I was in the past. Na
yeah.
talagang very hot-headed.
Yeah.
Ngayon, you know,
Very hard-headed.
ngayon reaction ko lang is different. It's still reactive but less than before.
Less than before. So how long yan, champ? Mga ilang weeks before ka
2 weeks.
mawala
About
ng
2 weeks. About
2
2
weeks
weeks.
after the fight?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Aba. And also I would like to, syempre give you kudos, champ, dun sa pinakita mong gesture kay Raymart after the fight. No, it's like a heart of a champion, 'di ba? It's like no personal thing. It's just pure boxing. You give him a
Yeah.
hug, 'di ba? And then after that, he went to your after party. He was there, 'di ba? You're giving him tips already. And then after that, you guys had a dinner. So tell me, Chap, mag-share ka naman ng experience mo regarding those times na nakasama mo si Raymart after the fight.
Oh,
Is
just
there
parang
anything na
kuya,
meron
parang
ba siyang tinanong sa'yo or anything na pwede mo bang i-reveal dito?
no, I spoke a lot more than anything. Yun nga no, sinabi ko sa kanya na don't lose hope kasi I believe na maabot mo rin yung magiging world champion if you work hard because I believe you have the talent for it.
Yes.
I was just trying to inspire him. At saka of course, shinare ko yung bakit natalo ko siya in terms of strategy at ang bakit ginawa ko yung ginawa ko. So all of that stuff was for him to see, that it's boxing is beyond just strength and speed and stamina. It's strategizing, and setting up.
Well, I
Yes.
think also sa after party, of course, fresh na fresh yung feeling niya si
Yes.
Mark, no?
Yeah.
At maraming tao, and he was coming into our after party. So alam niya that everyone that was there was our supporters din, 'di ba? And then there was cameras, parang we couldn't really talk yung whatever he really wanted to say.
To say,
Um,
yeah, it's understandable.
so
Yeah.
we found out from a mutual friend that he was in Vegas. That Nonito had texted him, "You're in Vegas," and he's like, "Yeah, we're here until whatever date." And then Nonito's like, "Can we let's take him out to dinner?" So alam mo na that we went live when they came, pero we respected yung conversation nila
Of
to
course.
be able to be private. And from there, that's when they really dwelled deep in yung strategy, what happened, what we saw,
Uh-huh.
lahat. Kasi we have respect for him, and we don't believe that should be contented just to get views.
Yeah. Of course.
So that's why I said, you guys, we're gonna respect their privacy, allow them to eat by themselves. Thank you for watching. Bye. And they had their conversations, and even because they were both Visayan, I was lost in translation
Oh.
at the dinner anyway, so
Okay.
I don't even know what they exactly talked about. But
How was Raymart, champ, when you have a conversation? When you had the conversation
Very
with him,
quiet.
like
Very
giving him
quiet.
points and tips regarding about and
Very
explaining
quiet.
to him paano mo siya na-beat. Very
He's
quiet.
just quiet and very respectful. Yun lang. And
Oh,
I
that's
was just
very
kind of
nice.
just talking most of the
Yeah.
time.
Mm.
Hoping na may natutunan siya sa sinabi ko.
Yes.
But he was just very respectful and just nodding, you know, that's it. And just smiling and stuff. Very shy kid.
Ilan taon na si Remar? 20, I think 24,
Oh,
26?
24?
24, 24.
24?
Mm,
Yeah,
24.
24, 24. 24, 25, something like that.
Why do you smell like
Uh,
nuts?
Basta nut.
Alright,
Basta
so I
nut.
think, Champ, okay lang ba magpapakit ako, Champ, ng mga fan?
Wait, sorry,
Do you
sorry,
want?
sorry.
Go ahead.
DJ, before you do, can you highlight yung last question, J-Man?
J-Man.
Unless he's the
Okay.
one that's coming up.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
done. I have a question from Rachel. What is the hardest to do as a manager trainer? How do you handle this business as a woman? So many questions in one post.
Alright. Let me
Okay,
get my charger while you're answering that, Miss Rachel.
sige, sige. What is the hardest to do as a manager and trainer? I think the hardest thing to do is kasi as a trainer, I believe in yung ability niya. As a manager, my job is to make sure that yung deal is the best deal he is going to get. So I think parang like those two different mindsets at yung roles are very almost contradictory. Kasi yung trainers lahat like I don't care if we're fighting for $5,000, we're gonna beat them. Pero yung manager talaga is the one that says, why are we gonna go and fight for 5,000 if we can make, I won't go 30,000, diba? Yung manager talaga is the negotiator at doesn't have yung parang lakasan that's like, well, we can beat them. It shouldn't matter. How do you handle this business? I mean, I just take it every day. Every day there's something different. Every day there's a high and there's also a low. Especially sa boxing because it's a man's sport at a man's business naman.
This is a man's world.
See, so of course, there's always going to be bashers. There's always going to be keyboard warriors. There's also going to be guys who have a name in the industry that would like to make their voice known that they don't want me in the industry.
Oh yeah.
But then there's the other side of people who respect me. So it's such an up and down. And alam ko that the only reason I'm in this is because I'm watching out for him. Boxing is a very dirty industry. If the person that you are going to create a life with isn't going to have your back, then who is talaga?
Ayun.
Oh, wait,
Alright.
there was one more question.
So,
DJ.
there's more. I'm sorry.
One more
I'm so
lang.
sorry. Okay.
As a woman, what is the difference in men as a handler? Yung difference is all they're going to do is they're going to attack yung gender mo. That's pretty much it.
That's true.
That's their lowest point. Yung how I dress, how I speak, if I should be cooking in the kitchen. That's pretty much that's their whole go-to.
Hindi marunong magluto to, no?
Yeah, so I don't know why I should be in
Sunog
the kitchen.
lahat. If she's
I'm good.
cooking,
I cook good spaghetti.
you do cook great spaghetti. Not good,
Pero
great
scrambled
spaghetti.
eggs, I burn.
Everything you burn. Except your
Alright.
spaghetti. Ako yung nagluluto eh. Mahilig ako sa magluto eh.
Alright. Okay, Champ, okay lang. Okay pa kayo sa time,
Yes,
Miss
yes,
Rachel and Champ. Okay. So, papasukin ko si Resbacker. Isa to sa mga fan nyo na he has a question. Alright, there you go. Resbacker, shout out sa'yo, brother.
Hello, Mega.
Yun.
Shout out. First of
Alright.
all, congratulations to you, champ, and
Thank
also
you.
kay Ma'am Rachel. Yun.
Hi po.
Yes, hello. Good evening there. Yeah. Yun, kaya ako napaakyat kasi so I'm so excited una sa lahat, tapos I'm so curious and I'm so happy and proud na syempre at the age of 39, if I'm correct,
Opo.
Yes.
nakapagbigay pa rin po kayo ng karangalan. Kaya I'm salute you, sir. Yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
champ, yan, may question kasi ako sa iyo. Una sa lahat, dahil nga sa magagaling yung mga Pilipino, parang nagkakaroon na ng tapatan sa finals. Naglalaban-laban na yung mga kapwa Pilipino. And then based po dun sa pinakita niyong performance at sa naging laban niyo kay kay Gabalio, para sa iyo po, ano yung masakit na natatanggap or mas nasasaktan ka? Yung magbigay ka ng todong yung grabeng suntok, kagaya na napabagsak mo si Gabalio, or yung yung matamaan ka ng kapwa mo Pilipino?
Wala na po yun. Wala na po sa isip yun. Kasi you don't see anyone but the energy in front of you, yung tao lang. No, wala nang nationality. Kahit anong maitim, maputi, ma-Asian, ma-Pilipino, wala na po yun sa isip ko pag nasa loob na po ng ring. So, hindi naman sa natamaan or tumama ako. It's about accomplishing the goal. So, parang na-emotionless po ako dun sa loob ng ring. You have to have no emotion pag nandun ka. Kasi it will only pag may doubt ka sa isip mo, it's only your demise.
I think like the thing is like a lot of people, what they don't understand is Nonito's at the point in his career that a loss can be very detrimental, no? At when you start to look at someone who is going to take your livelihood, that is going to take your purse. If there's someone who's robbing you in the street, are you going to think about yung nationality ng kalaban? And as much as eventually when the lights turn on and things, we start to realize who we were fighting in that ring, you don't within that ring. Within that ring, it is literally you versus the other person. And the
Yes.
other person, there's no face.
At marami po akong mga na-experience, mga kaibigan ko na na-disgrasya sa loob ng ring is because they took it easy or they underestimated their opponent. Pag ginawa ko yun, I don't even want to think about kung anong mangyayari sa akin because things can happen. Buhay namin ay nakataya sa loob ng ring. And that's why for me, lahat ng mga tao na sa loob ng ring na makakalaban ko ay my enemy.
Thank you. Pero champ, minsan na ka rin, parang na-hurt din yung feelings mo dahil
wala po akong feelings. I will not pretend na naawa ako kay Gabalio. Yes, naawa ako kay Gabalio after the fight. Kaya nga binigyan ko ng maraming time. Kaya nga binigyan ko ng maraming advice at support. Doon po ako naawa. But sa loob ng ring, not an ounce of feelings na naawa ako sa kalaban ko.
Kasi if he does and he pulls back, and let's just say si Gabalio had landed a punch that was detrimental to yung health niya, sa ulo, diba? And then where are we going to put ourselves as far as why we didn't show up at our best?
At saka ito po rin yung nasa isip ko, no? Pag humihina ako at naawa ako, that means wala akong respeto sa kanya. That means I very much underestimated him. Kaya nga binibigay ko lahat ng makakaya ko sa loob ng ring because ang makakalaban ko sa loob ng ring ay magagaling.
Yeah.
And that's why I did not doubt Gabalio at binigay ko lahat kasi alam ko na dangerous din yung si Gabalio.
Yeah. Thank you, champ. Tsaka one more question, champ, ha.
Sige po.
Kung para sa normal kahit kababayan or kahit ibang lahi, lang, parang nandiyan ka kumbaga goal mo 'yan. That is your mission. Pero para sa po, ano yung mas masakit naman para sa iyo? Matrash talk ka ng ibang lahi or ng kababayan natin?
Well, in the beginning, wala akong pakialam sa mga trash talk, no. Kasi part of boxing naman yan eh. Na-surprise lang ako kasi kapwang Pilipino ang nag-trash talk sa akin in the past, which surprised me. Ngayon, parang naisip ko na kung anong yung sasabihin ng mga tao, ma-Pilipino man o ma-ibang lahi, I've always been the type na wala akong pakialam kung ano yung sasabihin ng mga tao. It was just, I was caught off guard because proud na proud ako na na Pilipino ay lalaban, you know. So and then to take that, parang na-surprise ako. But again, those are learning experience, and a fight is a fight.
Kasi for us, yung whatever had happened, whatever was said, we didn't know about. So parang for us, like we were caught off guard. And you know, you guys have seen like videos and pictures. Like para talaga, Nonito was more than accommodating, more than friendly. Kasi for us, it's just a fight. It's
Yeah, at
just
saka pag nasa loob ng ring ako, iba na 'yon. Pag nasa labas, proud ako na isang Pilipino. Kaya nga na-surprise ako kasi of course I want the Philippines I want the world to see na magagaling yung mga Pilipino at very good sportsmanship, but na-surprise nga ako dun because of course, you know, tactics nila 'yon. Wala na akong magagawa dun, you know, and I have a different persona at a different expectation na hindi ko nakita. And of course, parang na off guard din ako. But aside from that, you know, yun nga, no, in the beginning parang nasaktan ako because I'm a proud Filipino talaga.
Yeah.
Pero
Hindi
past is
expected.
Yeah, past is past. At
Past is past.
ngayon ay, you know, that's all we can do is move on.
Yeah, na-adapt nyo na po, champ.
Yes,
Saka
yes.
si Mami. Pero sa ano, matanong ko lang po kasi nag-iiba na yung ano yung estado ng mga Filipino boxer ngayon. Parang naiimpluwensyahan sila ng ano, ng western or ng American boxer superstar ganun. Yung mga trash talking. So sa palagay niyo po, champ, nakakabuti kaya yun sa mga bagong papausbong na mga Pilipinong boxer na i-adapt nila yung parang ganong kultura? Na
I think
kailangan, sige,
Well,
go ahead.
I think I've talked about this. Hindi ko alam sino yung vlog that I've talked about this kasi yung adopt ng westernized thinking, no? Si Conor McGregor, even though he's from Ireland, pero westernized yung parang trash talk niya. Si Mayweather. There's so much of a list of yung trash talkers, no? Yung trash talking, if you start to look at yung business aspect, no? Yung trash talking is to increase yung pay-per-view sales.
Yes.
Okay? So, kasi merong bad blood, merong trash talking, they want to, then the viewers like, they really hate each other. I want to go watch the fight. He stole a hat. I want to watch the fight. So they buy into yung trash talking and they buy into yung pay-per-view. Now, the problem is that yung younger generation is seeing that and thinking that's what I need to do.
Yes.
Pero yung younger generation that is not a pay-per-view sale and is not getting a portion of yung pay-per-view sale, it doesn't matter.
Yes. Shout out pala Kuya Lou and Sherwin being here.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys.
So I don't know if that makes sense. Like they want to sell the fight with yung trash talk kasi they're actually getting a portion of yung proceeds ng pay-per-view at yung
Yes.
ticket sales. Pero if you are just ESPN, regular
At
basic cable,
wala kang extra income after the fight.
oo nga.
You know,
Then,
kaya nga yung mga ginawa nila Mayweather is because of to sell the fight, no? Is because iba yung tinitingnan nila is about the business. Pero yung mga taong hindi nila alam na trash talk lang, they're making themselves very
kasi it doesn't matter to
because it doesn't matter. They won't get an extra amount.
Yeah.
You know? So there's really no point in it, you know.
Tsaka parang walang bumibili rin po.
Yes. And especially mga, you know, tayo mga Pilipino, iba yung ugali natin, no? So, yun nga, I think mahilig po tayo sa being a good guys at respeto, and yun po I've always been taught that way growing up sa Pilipinas, yung kultura natin.
Pero sa totoo, like yung thinking is I'm just trying to sell the fight. Yun ang excuse, no? I'm selling the fight. You're not selling the fight. No one's buying the fight. So, yung excuse is built in kasi they're looking at yung pay-per-view fighters that are actually making yung percentage ng pay-per-view sales. At merong misinterpretation, misconception that they have to do these things because they have to sell the fight. Yung fight it's free, libre. So
Mhm.
we don't really have to sell anything. It's on free TV.
Yeah, exactly. Yun.
Ayan. May tanong ka pa, brother?
Last na, bago ako
Sige lang, go ahead.
para mapagbigyan din yung mga gusto magtanong.
Sige
Maraming
lang, bro.
salamat ulit, Champ, no, tsaka si Madam Rachel sa pagbibigay ng opportunity para at least
Of course.
maklaro. Tsaka isa pa, Champ, and then Madam Rachel, no. Meron din tayong mga kababayan na ngayon talaga is umaangat, nagiging champion, nakikilala rin sa buong mundo. Pero minsan ito based lang dun sa ko sa observation tsaka sa opinion ko.
Yes.
Minsan parang ang tingin nila sa sarili nila na although nakakagawa tayo ng pangalan, although meron tayong hawak na titulo, ay may kakayahan din tayo na pumili ng mga managers or promotion po natin. Unlike po sa inyo, isa po kayo sa sa tinitingala at legend sa ganitong larangan, sa ganitong sports. Kagaya din po ni Senator Manny na kayo po may kakayahan kayo na lumipat. Tama po ba ako, may kakayahan kayong mamili or lumipat ng promotion?
Meron po kaming karapatan na gumanon. Oh, by the way, Boss Fresh Don, shout out to you, ha. Thank you for being here. Yun nga, may karapatan kami doon at may voice po kami na gumawa doon. Of course, we are happy because we're with the right people. Yung kasi kaibigan ko si Richard, and we work well together. At saka I feel na he's one of the most honest in the business. So I'm very happy where I'm at. But yun nga, that's there are levels of privilege being in the ring for such a long time and having a big name.
Well, okay, I give you that. But at the same time, I think what a lot of these up and coming boxers need to understand is when you sign a contract, you shouldn't sign if you believe in yourself and you believe in your talent, you shouldn't sign a contract based on a bonus, right? Because there's so many people that's like, I need a bonus to sign. Okay, let's pretend, no? I give you a bonus of $5,000. Pero you're indebted to me for life.
Yeah.
Is that enough? We're looking at yung short term ng business instead of yung long term investment. At they have to be strong enough to stand on their own to be able to say, you know what? I'd rather not take this 5,000 now. And alam ko, when I become a world champion, and this guy over here that didn't give me a bonus, but he's only taking 10%, is much more of a better business move because I believe in myself. So if I were to give any type of advice, don't look for when you believe in yourself and your talent so much, invest in yung talent mo. Don't allow somebody to invest into you and then take over yung buhay mo.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for that, Madam, no? Tsaka follow up ko lang sa question, Champ. Kagaya na sinabi mo, dahil nga sa tagal na sa industry tapos may pangalan ka na, so kaya mo lumipat. Pero what if yung mga yung mga bago lamang po, yung mga recently na lang.
Yun nga, sinabi ni Madam, no, is believe in your ability. Kung sino man yung ibibigay nila, sige, knock them out. Ako, dati, short notice boy ako eh. Kung anong gusto nila, hey, 2 days, lalaban ka ba ng ganito, ganyan? O sige, anong timbang? O sige, lalaban ako. And then I started to knock all the guys out. And then nakita ko ng agent, ng scout, at yung manager ko dati, binigyan ako ng pagkakataon at he tested me with good fighters and natalo ko lahat yun. And doon nga na lumaki yung pangalan ko at binigyan ako ng pagkakataon na makalaban si Darchinyan. And that's when my name came out after becoming a world champion.
You have to put in the work, and you have to keep your nose to the ground. Walang
Exactly.
walang what is it, like when they're humble
Kayabangan.
yeah, I can't say that.
Yeah.
Say it for me. Walang
Stack up.
Walang ano man.
Walang tulugan.
Walang tulugan.
Walang kayabangan.
Yeah.
And the thing is that if you continue to do that, and you have a team behind you that starts to realize yung financials, no? So 5,000 sign-on bonus, pero I'm gonna take 50% of your purse for the rest of your career. Is that worth it? Or is taking no sign-on bonus and yung manager taking 10 to 20 to 30%, not 50%, worth it more? You have to gamble on yourself. You have to believe in yourself enough to gamble on yourself. And if you're going to put your career in somebody else's hands, then you're just going to be someone else's dog in a fight.
Ay, kaloka.
Yeah, exactly. Yun nga. So,
You're blushing right now. Ang ganda ng blush mo ngayon. Ano bang iniinom mo?
Champagne lang!
Champagne lang. Namumula yung mukha mo, ha?
init dito,
Oo nga, oo nga. Minute nga eh.
Rachel?
Yeah. Okay, champagne.
Right, Respacker.
Yeah, you make it. Kaya nga, nakahubad na ako eh. Maghubad ako dito, mag-bold ako dito.
Oo.
Oo nga eh. Ang init na nga eh. Namumula na yung ano ko, yung parang nagpa-flash yung face ko. Gusto ko lang maghubad eh. Palamigin mo nga. Ha?
Yan, bigyan-
Gawin mo sabihin ko, ha? Ha? Ako yung padre de pamilya, ha?
Parang ang tapang ah. Parang totoo ah.
Sorry.
Mamaya may sleepers na naman dyan lilipas.
Okay. Wag. Yung slippers. Ay, nako.
Alright, Respackers, go ahead. Baka meron ka pang gustong tanong.
bigyan natin ng chance muna si Bro
Sporty for Life.
Yeah.
Yun. At, thank you dito sa sa channel mo, brother DJ Byron Music and Topics TV. Yeah. Yo, champ, nakita mo na yung bago kong in-upload at eto nga po ay ginawa ng kanta kayo ng Respetados Brown Squad.
Yes, ganda nun. Thank you. Ganda nun. It's my honor, no?
Nandito siya.
Yeah.
Andito po sila. Opo.
Yes. Thank you.
Ayun,
Ganda ng ano nyo. It's my honor talaga for you guys to take that time.
Ayun. At nagpapa-shoutout sila sa iyo, champ. At
Yes,
idol ka nito.
100%.
Kasama nito sina Bugito. Naalala mo nung camera ako nung nagpa-picture sila sa iyo nung dawal sa December 10. Bugito at saka to sina tong Respetados, sila po yun sa sa video call. Kung naalala mo.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay.
Kaya
Yeah.
pala sabi nila, gawa namin ng kanta si Champ. Actually, nung
Nice.
time na yun, parang sabi ko, sige, mga sikat na vlogger pala to itong kumontak sa akin noon at kasama nila yung isa sa mga kumpare ko, si Rodel Kit, si Manya nga. Ayun, Champ, nagpapa-shoutout yung Respetados Brown Squad.
Yes, thank you guys, Respetados. Thank you guys sa time na ginawa nyo with your art, with your music. I'm very grateful, no? I'm very honored sa time na binigay nyo at the lyrics and lahat ng music nyo ang ginawa for me was amazing. So thank you.
Alright. Yeah, talagang
Ayos.
kilig-kilig pa sila ngayon at dahil nga nagawa ng kanta yung kanilang idol, no? Na si Champ Nonito. At good thing, medyo may access din tayo dito kay Champ Nonito. Kaya sa atin pinadala yung video, Champ. At yun naman yung sinend ko kay Ma'am Rachel. And then ginawan ko na rin ng video. Pero abangan mo, Champ, yung music video nito ay gagawa pa sila ng music video. Yan.
Wow.
Nagre-ready sila para.
Very, very cool.
Pag-isend yung lyrics.
Yes, i-chat ko, no? At saka shoutout nga rin pala kay MB Vlogs. Ayan, at nanonood din siya dito. Nanay din po yan ng Respetados Brown Squad. Ayan, maraming salamat sa inyo, guys. At dyan sa effort and yung ang lupit ng mga kanta, lyrics na ginawa nyo dyan, men. Ay talaga napakalulupit, napakabangis lalo ng beat nyo. At tamang-tama si Champ ay mahilig din dyan sa mga mga rap talaga sa totoo lang.
Wala.
Ayun,
Yeah.
at send natin, guys. Kunin ko yung yung lyrics at gusto makita ni Ma'am Rachel at ita-translate ko pa
Yes,
to kasi
yes.
ng English eh.
Hindi bilis eh. Hindi ko,
Ha?
hindi intindihan.
Hindi niya
Hindi ko
maintindihan.
maintindihan.
Oo nga.
Ita-translate ko. Ay, dahil si Chap na
Ay, sa akin
magta-translate.
lang.
Send ko sa iyo mamaya. Okay, yun lang, brother DJ Music Topic and TV, no.
Pasensya
At
na, hindi kita
maraming
nakita kasi sa baba. Kanina ka pa pala.
Kasi mahabo yung buhok mo eh. Hindi namin
Hindi, magtatanong nga
nakita
sana ako eh. Nung umakit ako, DJ Byron, pwede ba magmura rito?
Hindi pwede, tol eh. Pasensya ka na.
joke lang. Ayun nga, no.
Pero nga yung babae eh.
Kaya nga eh. Sino nga to? Alam mo, the grudge.
No, sinabi niya, he thought he was gonna do a sexy dance kasi eh.
Yeah.
Ang careless.
No, wag lang sexy dance. Malaki na yung tummy. Sige, Ma'am Rachel, at ako muna, no, bababa muna ako.
Sige, Sir Wayne. Sige.
Thank you, bro. Pag-akit, maraming salamat, tol.
Alright, Chapa.
Pag-akit.
Ingat,
Pag
Ma'am Rachel.
lyrics.
Yes.
See you.
Oo.
Kita tayo.
Okay, sige.
Alright, shoutout sa inyo lahat dyan. Thank you so much.
Salamat.
Thank you, bro, Sherwin. Salamat.
Sige, ingat.
Yan, and respite. Ay, nako, I can't say it. Respite.
Tsaka Champ, may nagpapa-shoutout pala from Kulambo family. Yun. Kila Derly and Malu. June.
Girlie and Malu, shout out po sa inyo and hopefully you guys are safe and healthy.
And have a
Yes.
very merry holidays.
Yes.
And
Boss
from
Rich
Japan
Nonito.
also,
Yes.
from Japan sila Miss Lynn Delgado, Chick Wada, and
From
Ella,
Japan.
Miss Ella, yeah.
Will they go to the fight if it's sa Japan?
Actually, they're waiting. Hopefully nga. Natanong ko ni Tol DJ Byron kanina, 'di ba, yung about dun sa possible. At nasagot niya naman kasi pinagbigyan niyo na sa Japan, 'di ba? Then
Yes.
you're hoping sana sa Philippines.
Well, kasi
Yeah.
what happened with yung fight with Inoue, yung kalaban niya nandun sa Japan na. So that's why
Yeah.
yung fight niya, it still went through. Pero si Triple G
Yeah, hindi
at
pa
Murata,
nakapunta sa Japan. So that's why they canceled the fight.
Yeah,
Pero
so-
pag nandun si Triple G doon, continue ata sana yun, but
Oo.
he was not there yet. So
Kasi yung order is parang
Triple G,
the
fight?
the Japanese order was any foreigners.
yes, any
Oo.
foreigners, yes.
So that if you were in Japan when the order came down, wala na. Alam ko si Triple G was really working hard at of course that's going to be a fight that's going to be scheduled. And then ours would be something that would be after all the ones that have already been hurt from yung COVID declaration.
Yes. Respetados
At,
Brown Squad. Shout
Yun,
out
There's
po.
someone from Union City.
Shout out Padu fam from Union City.
Hey, my neighbor. How are you?
Yes, Union City.
Yeah, shout out.
The other Filipino town na parang
You know, when we went to Union City was always when we would go to Texas Roadhouse.
yes.
No?
Yes.
I'm very close to Texas Roadhouse. Walking distance.
So you always
Paborito ko
get
dati.
So when you guys come here, we're gonna go to Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, heck
The
yeah.
bread was very, very good.
Oh, no,
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
it's-
Masarap
because
yun,
at
masarap.
Vegas, there's only one location of Texas Roadhouse.
It's on the other side.
At the funny part is, Nonito would always be training near the location. Pero yung training niya, 11 a.m. until 1, maybe 2.
2.
Texas Roadhouse doesn't
Mhm.
open till
Till
4.
5.
4:30, 4:35.
Yeah.
So
I
He
say
would
5.
we would always drive there, and then he go, I want Texas Roadhouse, and I'm like, it's closed. So we would always go by, and he would never get yung bread, yung bread with the
Yeah,
honey
the
butter.
honey butter. Oh God.
With this, yeah, cinnamon butter.
Parang we kept
Yeah.
calling him. He's like,
Yeah.
I want yung Texas Roadhouse. Ay, sorry, boss, close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lapit lang dito. I mean, Jollibee is walking distance where I live. Chowking. All of the, I mean, Jerry's Grill. Meron din
Oh, we've
dito.
been to Jerry's Grill.
Oh yes, yes, grill. Yes.
Jerry's Grill.
Yeah.
That's
Perfect.
good that it's still
Yeah.
there, no?
And Texas Roadhouse. We have now Habit Burger here. IHOP.
Ano yung Happy
Applebee's.
Burger?
It's like another what's that famous, not famous burger. Yung parang ano,
In-N-Out?
Shake Shack, parang Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Yeah, parang Shake Shack.
Ah,
Yeah.
ganon.
Oo.
Parang yung Union City is parang yung second
Daily
Filipino
City.
town.
Yeah. Second Manila town.
Oh.
I like it here than Daily City. We used to live in Daily City. I don't like it there.
No, kasi maraming rice cookers, maraming fog.
Yeah.
Diba?
Nakaka-depress ang weather doon.
Oo nga, oo nga. oo nga.
Nakaka-depress.
Shout out Renchi
Oh guys, baka may gusto pa
Official
umakyat
from
dito
Milan.
ha. Ayun. Baka may gusto pa umakyat dito guys. Akit kayo at magtanong kayo kay Cham. Okay ba kayo, Miss Rachel and Cham? You guys still good with the time? Or
Okay lang. Except in about 7 minutes, we probably have to put the kids to bed
Yes.
na.
Oh, no worries,
Kasi
no worries.
they're still awake.
Yeah.
Ay, ano naman na, no? Winter break na.
Winter
Yes.
break,
But we don't want them to
but
sleep too
they're
late.
only 6 and 8 naman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We don't
tama.
want them to sleep too
Oo nga.
late.
Kasi tomorrow, then they'll be super galit, super,
Yeah.
ay nako.
Yeah.
Ikaw, Res Bakar, baka meron ka pang tanong. Tanongin mo na kay Champ tsaka kay
Yeah,
Miss
yeah, kay
Rachel.
ano kay ma'am naman, kay madam.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh no.
Yung ask ko kay ano kay Ma'am Rachel, yung hinamon ka ni ano ni Miss Diamond Simpson. Sineryoso niyo po ba 'yun?
Serious. Serious na serious.
Or
Kasi, like, you have to think, like, hindi ko alam if you guys know, pero when we met, we were both fighters. So, we were cutting weight and I was still fighting. When we got married, sinabi niya, there can only be one fighter dito sa family. At
Parang Highlander, no? There can only be one.
so he became the only fighter sa family. And when I was asking, can I go into UFC? Can I do this?
No.
So
No.
so for me,
No.
I really like yung sa taekwondo merong tao dito sa Las Vegas that when they need sparring, I'll come and I'll fight. Pero hindi yung totoo ng competition. So when there was a possibility of me actually doing an exhibition, I was so excited because I haven't been in the rings for so long. I'm training for yung health ko, but not for competition, and for a fighter in me that has been in the ring since the age of 8. Parang there's
No.
something that's I want to bring out. Walang I wasn't mad. I was just happy for the opportunity to actually step in the ring.
Say it.
pero
No.
mukhang hindi pa payag si Champ eh.
Hindi.
Even
Diamond? Talaga?
Go ahead. You can fight. I just, in terms of like a career.
So exhibition okay lang.
Yeah.
I was gonna say exhibition fight. Okay sa iyo, Champ.
Hindi, kasi ito, nag-ano to eh, she wants to fight because I've withheld her for so many years from fighting, including street fights.
Including streets.
Yeah. Sabi ko, hoy, ha, calm down.
I don't know
I
about
don't
that
know.
one.
Yeah. Ay,
But
nako.
yeah, it was just a friendly competition at for me, like it was something that parang I needed to get out yung what I really was before I met Nonito, no, was a fighter. So it was an exercise and something where I can really show what I was before him. And I think that's been hidden for so long kasi yung career niya is the one that always took precedence. So this was just something for fun, and if she was game, I was game. It was, it was super, super, super easy for me to take that opportunity because I just like to be in the ring and fight. Yun lang.
Thank you, Jorik.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, she loves to fight.
May tanong,
Yun. Shout out tol Jurek. Yeah, pero yung anuhin ko na yung opportunity.
Sige lang, go,
yung
go
yung
ahead,
yung ano,
brother.
yung future plan para kaila Ma'am Rachel at kay Champ. After this siguro pag mag-retire na. Ano yung future plan nyo? Kayo po, Madam Rachel, mag-continue na maging trainer o mag-focus na maging yung mag-manager or maging promoter po? Mag-promote.
I don't want to go into promoting. I think it's a very complicated and exhaustive business. I would rather not even manage, but just advise fighters that trust me. That's the thing is being an advisor, you have to have a fighter that trusts you. At yung strength and conditioning ko, that's just something I love, and it's because I can't fight, so I just torture these fighters. And it's fun for me because there's so much masculine energy that kaya ko. And I'm like, yeah, actually, you're probably not going to walk for 4 days. But it's not something that is really my career. My career outside of boxing, my career outside of all this, outside of the gym is a lot bigger than really anyone knows. At It's something that I've had to balance between yung family life ko, yung career ni Nonito, and my passion of just doing training, even if it's really nothing. It's peanuts on the table. It's something that he's allowed me to do because I love doing it. It's my passion. So after when Nonito decides to retire, I believe that the direction is us helping Filipino boxers to get the stage that they can, without feeling that they owe anything to us. Just giving back to the community, because we don't, walang, not to say it like parang hambog, but we don't need the money for them to give back to us. We feel like that money should be theirs because they're working hard for it. And maraming tao that are taking advantage of yung Filipino boxers now. So if that's the way that we can give back because they were blessed and we've already set up our life, then that's why we're still here. Hindi ko alam if you already know yung story ko is I have already died with yung bunso ko.
Yeah.
So for me, I question, why am I here? Is this supposed to be the path I'm on? And is the path even greater than what I think the materialistic at yung fame and all this stuff is supposed to be? At para sa akin, it is. So at this stage, it's showing these people yung best path, and then showing it without asking for yung saan yung pera ko. I don't need it. I'm gonna show it to you, and you're gonna walk hand in hand with me kasi hindi ko need yung pera. Kailangan. Sorry, my dad's here helping me with yung Tagalog.
You don't need it.
Hindi ko need.
Yeah. Hindi mo kailangan.
Yes. And we're blessed. So that's why I always think like I could have stopped laughing at me. My dad's laughing at me right now. So I always think about, why am I here? Why are we blessed? How are we supposed to give yung blessing? And if yung blessing is yung talent ko to help yung boxers with their career and not take from the boxers from what already has been taken from them and giving them the opportunity, then that's why I'm still here.
That's your purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. Parang meron pa talagang mission. Yeah.
Opo.
So
So don't
Good
be
thing naman.
panic.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Mm.
Yun.
Ah,
At dahil dyan, shout out din po pala sa baba kay Champ. Tsaka yung mga nagpapa-message sila Bell and Uning. Uning, Champ. Pa-shout out daw po. Yeah.
Ben and Uni.
Ben and Uning, shout out sa inyo dyan. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Sir
Yes.
G is saying something about me versus Julianne Penna or Michelle Watterson. Do you understand that those girls are a lot bigger than me, no? Like I barely walk at 115 and that's my heaviest. I usually walk around 110. Michelle she fights at like 126. And I think she walks at 140. So minimum weight
They're
class.
huge.
Yeah, sorry. So DJ Byron, it's getting late now. We have to put
Yeah.
the boys to bed.
Yes.
Sure,
Thank you
sure.
again for having
Yeah.
us.
Champ, any last message to your fans, Miss Rachel, to sa mga babae, of course, and then of course as a power couple, anything that you want to share, and then yeah, let me
Maraming
put you
salamat
guys
po,
on the
music and
line.
topic, no? DJ Byron. Sa lahat ng mga tao dito, sa lahat ng mga kapatid natin dito, happy holidays. Enjoy niyo po yung holidays niyo. And of course, to my sponsor, DeFi Sports, Onware, Light Gaming Computers,
Fair market.
Fair Market Exchange.io, the best and reliable cryptocurrency exchange, and to Clear Health Pass for the best testing out there that makes everything easy for the kids and everybody else. And ano pa, sino pa? But to everybody out there, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga support na binigay nyo. And again, take this time to see the beauty of our lives na mga family natin, the moment that we have, in celebrating Christmas, in celebrating the holidays and the New Year's, and the coming of 2022.
I would like to thank all the supporters that you mentioned, of course. But I want to raise a glass and a cheers to the Philippines. You know, we have gone through the most amazing times when at this time right now we are going through the worst of times. And I hope and pray that this kind of community can come together to raise the spirits of the ones that are really being affected by the typhoons, and stop the separation between any and all socialism, racism, classism, and really realize what is important, especially during this season. Everybody deserves love, and we love everybody that's out there. We believe that love is what really unites all of us. So I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank all our team that was there in the fight. I want to thank Camp Donaire. I want to thank Team Manila. I want to thank Boss Richton for the beautiful shirts. Easy print. Ease print. You forgot Ease print.
Yes.
Beautiful
I
shirts.
was looking at you.
That's why you're looking at me.
Yeah, well, you're beautiful too. So
And then,
that's
of
fine.
course, all the people who couldn't come out but still supported us. DJ Byron, love you always for allowing us to be.
Yes.
And all the guys that are here supporting us, we love you so much.
I forgot to make a shout out to you, no?
Ganun.
My beautiful wife. Coach, trainer, you name it, all of the above. So
But we are always here. We're sometimes a little bit too raw, but always transparent in how we feel. We appreciate every single one of you, and we hope you guys support us in our next mission, which is supporting Bohol, which is where he is from, where he was born. It has been ravaged, and we are
and
starting
other places as well.
Other
Sa lahat
places
ng
as
mga
well.
places na makabigay kami ng tulong, we'll definitely on our program right now of creating and putting everybody together so that we can raise enough for everyone.
Yes. So everyone here that supported this, and of course, if you want to see our craziness on Beyond the Ring, please subscribe, hit the notification button, like my boys say. and raise a glass to 2021.
And
We are
2022.
going into 2022, and unity, peace, and love is what we want to share.
Yes, better ourselves each year, each time, each month, better than we
Yeah.
are yesterday.
Yep. Yeah, then also Miss Rachel and Champ, thank you for the friendship, and hopefully one day we will be able to, hang out and then just
Yes,
be normal people, having fun times, creating memories, diba? This is the beauty
yes.
about social media, connecting people, diba? And always staying positive. So maraming salamat sa inyo, Miss Rachel, and of course, Champ, Nonito, Donaire, maraming salamat, and we are looking forward for your next fight. And we will
Thank
continue
you,
to
Thank
thank
you
support
you,
you
po.
guys.
thank you
Okay.
po.
Thank
And
you.
again, Merry Christmas to you guys, to your family, to the kids, to Tatay Jerry, and of course, 'di ba? And 'di ba again, happy for us to have you guys here. And maraming
Thank
salamat.
you.
Thank you
Yes.
Chris
po.
Backer, ingat po kayo dyan.
Yeah, we are so proud of you, champ, and of
Thank
course,
you, thank
madam.
you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, take care always with
Yes.
your
Thank you
family.
po.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Ingat lahat.
Ingat po,
Yeah.
ingat po kayo. Thank you very
And
much. Good
Merry
night.
Christmas,
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
Holidays.
Yes.
Merry Christmas, Miss Rachel. Champ, thank you so much. Ayun, guys.
Yun.
Ayun, Tolres Backer, okay ba?
Oo, marami pa tayo dapat tanong pero ano sila eh, buti napagbigyan yung
Oo.
time. Kaya
Ah,
ayan, I'm so happy and proud of you, tol. Yan. Ano ba ang ikaw,
maraming
anong
salamat,
future
maraming
plan mo, tol?
salamat.
Mukhang ka na, mukhang magfo-focus ka na ikaw pwede ka ba mag-promote?
Kung will be given a chance, pero sabi ko nga stick ako sa niche ko talaga na yung personal development kasi nandun talaga yung aking heart, no. So I will stick to that and I will continue to work and improve diyan sa personality development. And again, syempre, of course,
Sa
if we're gonna be
pagko-coach.
give
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, life coaching, and bibigyan tayo ng chance, 'di ba, na maka-interview tayo ulit ng mga sikat na tao. We will do our best and we will really, set a standard sa ganyan. Pero syempre,
Aha.
sa lahat po ng mga nagpunta dito nanood, maraming salamat sila. Bro Resbacker, sige, promote mo yung channel mo.
Ko dun sa kabila, yung sa boxing channel ko. Ipo-promote ko rin to.
Sige, go ahead.
I-upload ko yung interview. So yun, thank you so much guys. Maraming salamat sa support. Sa patuloy na pag-suporta rin kay Tol DJ Byron. Yan.
Ayun. At syempre, wag niyong kalimutan mag-subscribe kay DB Boxing at syempre kay Resbackers. Yan.
Yeah.
Marami po kayong makikita dyan ng mga sport na mga upload. Di ba?
Yeah.
So,
Boxing
yun.
content. Yan.
Mga boxing content. Ayun.
So, Tol,
Mm.
continuous ba o magpapahinga ka na rin?
Papahinga na rin ako kasi
Papahinga
medyo
ka
late
na
na rin dito. Oo. Pero maraming salamat, Tol Resbacker, sa pag-akit mo. Thank you so much for being part of this interview. At sa mga nahiya pong umakyat dyan sa baba, marami pa rin salamat dahil you guys were there supporting and watching. Diba? And as you can see how ako sa baga, si Champ and Miss Rachel, they are very grateful. They are very thankful sa lahat ng sumuporta sa kanila. Diba? At syempre, nakita niyo naman kung gaano sila ka-approachable. So hopefully next time when we have a chance again to to interview them, or probably I will have a topic with another topic, and hopefully mag-guest ko sila personal development topic. But sana wag kayong mahiya umakyat at 'di ba tanungin sila, 'di ba, make friends with them kasi they're very very approachable couple. Talagang 'di ba very very kumbaga napakadaling kausapin, 'di ba? So, yun bro. So, magpapaalam na rin ako. Gusto mong namon mo? Hindi
Yun
na.
lang, thank you at continue to support. Ayan. Kung ano man yung mga topic. Actually, nakakatulong din naman yun sa everyday life, sa mga pinagdadaanan, yung mga topic ni I'm always listening and watching.
Thank you so much, Tol Resbacker. At alam mo kung saan tayo nang galing.
Mas mas makakaluwag sa loob yung yung mas nakakatulong ka, yung nakakapagbigay ka ng sa tao. Kaysa yung nagko-course ka sa tao, di ba?
Tama. At tapos na tayo sa ganun. Okay, Tol.
Keep it up. Thank you so much, Tol. At salamat sa pagbigay din ng chance na
Yeah.
makapares
Ay, ano
tayo.
mo lang yung ano mo dito, yung ano mo, i-upload mo lang sa channel mo, walang problema yun.
I-ano ko dun sa isa para at least maano rin, makita or
I-shoutout mo lang ako. Oo, sige,
Oo,
tol.
sige, sige.
Alright.
Thank you so much, tol, ha. Maraming
Thank
salamat
you.
ulit.
Maraming salamat, maraming salamat.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Ayun, guys. So, again, game plan. Game plan, game plan, game plan. So, narinig po natin ang game plan ng power couple natin na guest for today. Champ Nonito Donaire, of course, Miss Rachel Donaire. At napakaganda ng kanilang explanation. At yun nga, sabi nila na-execute nila yung game plan nila. Hindi lang sa boxing dapat tayo nagkakaroon ng game plan. Even in everyday life, how we face our life has to be also have a game plan. Sabi nga nila, if you plan to fail, tama ba? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Parang ganon. But anyway, guys, always remember this, no? Game plan is very important. At dapat hindi lang isa ang game plan natin. Dapat marami. At syempre, ang importante dito, kung magkaroon tayo ng game plan towards positivity, towards improvement ng buhay natin, at towards sa goal natin. Maliit man yan o malaki. Alright? So, again guys, maraming salamat. Shoutout muna tayo sa lahat dito, of course. Renchi Rosales Official, maraming salamat. Thank you so much for being here. Baron Enriquez. Moy, bata ni Foggy for life. Shoutout sa'yo. Lang yung picture mo, ha. Siyempre, Kuya Lou Gallardo, maraming salamat. Siyempre, si Res Baker. Of course, Pogi for life. Sherwin bro, maraming salamat sa pakakyat dito. Siyempre, Sir G, maraming salamat sa iyo. Tol Joric Pasimuno. Podo Farm, maraming salamat sa iyo. Thank you so much for being here. At siyempre, Bro David Lontayo, maraming salamat sa pagpapamember. Teddy Gumban, Boss Rich Don, Montanga, maraming salamat sa inyo. AKM Design and Concept, maraming salamat. Thank you so much. Of course, sino pa nandito? Boyet Pogi for life, maraming salamat. Salamat. Hanabi, hello Hanabi, maraming salamat sa panonood. Sino pa nandito umakyat kanina? Okay, yan, Neri, maraming salamat sa iyo. Respetado, Brow Squad. Tol Respetado, maraming salamat sa paggawa mo ng kanta for Champ Nonito Donaire, di ba? Matagal na rin tayo magkakilala dito. So, maraming salamat sa iyo, bro. May appreciate that. Of course, Ohelea, maraming salamat sa iyo. Seti Babat, maraming pong salamat. Jeman Graveyard, maraming salamat sa iyo, bro. Song Romy TV, Song Romy, maraming salamat, maraming salamat. Sana nakakit ka dito. But anyway, next time. Teddy Kumban, NRJ for Life, maraming salamat sa iyo. Thank you so much for being here. Grim Host, maraming salamat sa iyo, of course. Butchoy, maraming salamat sa iyo, Butchoy. Thank you so much for being Hybrid. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out sa iyo, of course. Donaire for Life, maraming salamat. Mananabas for Life, maraming salamat. Marmor, thank you so much for being here. Ate Lorraine Vlogs, maraming salamat sa iyo. Kuya Eli Wally, Jojo Di Guzman, tol, maraming salamat. Jojo Di Guzman Connect TV, maraming salamat, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, si Kuya Alfie Cornell, Mamang Alfie, shoutout sa iyo, maraming salamat. Of course, DB Boxing, please support and subscribe to DB Boxing. Malaki po yung community niya sa boxing. Di ba, sa sports. Siyempre, Ma'am Ate Idol Lutonen, maraming salamat. Sigat Journey, thank you so much for being here. Sino pa nandito? Of course, Eric Ramos, maraming salamat. Siyempre, Kuya Eli Wally ulit, maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. Lorraine Vlogs, hello Lorraine, maraming salamat. Thanks so much for being here, ha. Of course, Marlon War, maraming salamat sa iyo. Thank you so much. Of course, sino pa nandito? Danjon Samson, maraming pong salamat sa inyo. Thank you so much, ha. Of course, yan, syempre. Tina G ng Canada from Anino ka Aruba. Maraming pong salamat. Kuro Lucifer, maraming salamat sa iyo, ha. Thank you so much for being here. Yummy Lies, thank you so much. Maraming salamat dyan sa kind words na nilagay mo dyan. Chika Buddy, thank you so much. Shout out to you. Curious Ka Ba TV, maraming salamat. Siyempre, Kuya Zion, The Art of Ground Culture, maraming salamat sa iyo. Thank you so much. Tatay Jerry, maraming salamat po sa inyo. Thank you so much for being in sport. Siyempre, The Boogeyman, James Alva, maraming. Ate Weng, thank you so much, of course. Sino pa nandito? Marco Bitag, maraming salamat. Bitog, maraming salamat sa question mo. Pogi Pange, thank you so much. Ate Grace Pablo Vlog, Kapitbahay TV. At sa lahat mo na nagpunta dito, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for always supporting DJ Byron Music and Topic TV. Diba? Siyempre, 4 days to go till Christmas, no? So, and we're we're gonna go to another year, 9 days from now. So sana guys, let's leave 2021. Diba? Let's leave behind whatever kung ano yung pangit na nangyari. And let's move forward and let's hug 2022 with very, very positive mind and very optimistic. Let's enjoy life. Let's continue to stay positive, optimistic. And syempre, kung ano man yung nangyari, pandemic pa rin tayo. But, you know, it's very important na we spread positivity, we spread peace, we spread love, and we always show respect to each and everyone. Diba? Kung ano man yung mga nangyari before, kalimutan na natin, mag-move on na tayo, and let's continue to, diba? Continue to make friends. Let's not create division. Let's make friends with sa lahat na magiging makikilala natin dito sa social media. Let's create friends. Let's create family. Kasi hindi nyo alam mangyayari, magkakasalubong-salubong tayo sa mga pagbumalik tayo sa normal na buhay natin, makikita-kita tayo. You never know. So sana mas maganda, marami tayong kaibigan para pag nakasalubong natin yung manamit natin dito sa social media, we are chin up and having a big smile in our face and saying to them, how are you? Nice meeting you. And I'm glad, diba, naging magkaibigan tayo. So once again guys, maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for the love and support you're showing to DJ Byron Music and Topic TV. Once again, DJ Byron Music and Topic TV, I have nothing but peace, love, and respect over guys. God bless you. God bless your day. God bless your family. Have a wonderful celebration of Christmas. Always remember that. Celebrate Christmas like you never celebrated before. Okay? Especially with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones, with your friends. And sana po, lagi po sanang nangibabaw ang spirito ng pagmamahal, spirito ng kapaskuhan sa atin lahat. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the love and support. And magkita-kita po tayo ulit, hopefully next week or probably next year na. But again, peace as always, love, and respect over guys. Okay? God bless you. God bless you today. Please stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, stay in love, stay happy, stay positive, stay optimistic. Alright? And stay always in the spirit of giving, loving, and respecting one another. Once again, DJ Byron Music and Topic TV, signing out. See you guys once again on my next live stream. Cheers and have a wonderful day to all of you. Love you all. Bye for now.